ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear?
Yo, what up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you, and we are bringing you fantasy news today. What is going down, peeps? We got the Tuesday crew in the building. It's myself and it's my man Bogard Scott repping the GMM Network.
Yes, universe, give me money.
Yeah.
It is here. We are upon the regular fantasy season finale. Get your dance shoes shined up if you're on the way. Let's go.
And here you go. Hopefully you can hear this, Bogart. I know you're on the phone, but last game of the year.
Last game of the year. Can't hold anything back now.
There we go. Last game of the year. Can't hold anything back now. I'm going to be playing that a bunch this week. And, of course, a bunch.
What's that, Waterboy?
That's Waterboy, yeah. Where he says it like 50 times or whatever, and he gets all pissed.
You know what's funny in Dodgeball? With the commentators, he's like, "Oh man, Con," he's like just I can't remember any of them off the top of my head, but it was such corny. It was like so corny that it was hilarious.
Yeah, man, those goofy sports movies, you gotta love them. Yeah, we need to do. I know we're gonna do a movie pod about like Christmas movies and stuff, but we got to do one about just these. Because I watch a bunch of these movies like getting ready for the championship game. You just got to be in championship mode, and I'm all about that shit.
Right, Mighty Ducks. You feel me, motherfucker? Yeah.
I'm watching the Mighty Ducks today just to get hyped up for the Minnesota trip.
That's right, huh? That's how you're about to meet Did JC Money? Does he have to get the day off, or it's later over there? Obviously.
He said he took a half day, so he'll be. No. So he did take the day off, so it's Thursday. So I think he took a half day off on Wednesday because I was supposed to be coming in on Wednesday. Things changed though. That's
fucking tight. I'm hella excited that you're gonna meet him.
Yeah, I finally get to meet in person.
Right. And what a way, right? Going to the game, you can tailgate. You feel me?
I don't know about tailgating. The closer it gets, like he's talking about it being like 1 degree out there, like his balls and toes are freezing. Like I don't know. I don't have to go out there and tailgate to have a good time. We could go to some bar or something, get a little bit of the crew together, go over to some dope spot, and just Uber it, over there. I don't plan on being outside, that much.
You got to get the socks that are like gloves, B. The socks that have the toe things.
You know what? I didn't get those, and you totally brought those up, and I didn't get them. I got some heated socks, so hopefully these do the trick.
Okay, how do these things work? I've never, because I'm always, listen, I always hit the fucked up lottery. I swear if I was to have a heating jacket or socks, that shit's going to malfunction and like electrocute me. But is it electrical? Like, how do those things work?
I have no idea because it said heated socks, but it's not like, so I actually got a heated beanie. And this one has like an actual battery pack and shit that I just powered up, right now and charged. The socks, I think they're just calling them heated socks. Maybe it's something with, just keeping all the heat inside or something, but it's supposed to like keep your feet from not getting clammy and shit like that too. I don't know. They better not be lying.
You got to get you some of them Uggs, B. You feel me?
Look at this. Primetime Steven says it's -30 today in Minnesota.
See, that's just crazy because that's 30 degrees the other way. Yo, I would go outside. See, I'm like a scientist, you know what I mean? Like I would go outside and spit and see if that shit freezes right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm going outside, I'm taking a piss, seeing if it can like freeze midstream. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking my notes.
That would hurt because, man, what if it's like on Jackass when they're peeing on the electric fence or something, like would it freeze all the way up the stream? See, these are some experiments. This is where you get volunteers. You know what I mean? My thesis is not complete. Like I'm doing all kind of research. Man, shit's so funny. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake. What up? Said got the food ready. Let's get it. There's not too much news today, so we're just gonna be waiting, for things to come in. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we're just gonna be bullshitting. You guys got any questions or anything, get them in. gonna be interacting with you guys like normal.
Let's go. All right. Hit us with the first news because I have a bunch of things to ask you after.
Okay, so the ugly news is from the Thursday game. Starts off with the Vikings and Adam Thielen not practicing. We already know that. They already talked about him probably missing about 2 weeks, but they said the MRI did come back to where he's not going to need surgery. So Zimmer already came out and said that Thielen will return at some point this season, but it's not going to be this week, and it's probably not going to be next week either.
Yeah, I mean, we already penciled him as out for this Thursday. It's a high ankle, right? And then he has the 10 days till the next game, and that's, probably missed that one too. So the hope is that you have him for week 16 in your playoffs. To be honest, I'm moving that there is no more Adam Thielen for the regular season. Because if they don't rip off like a winning streak till he gets back, there's no reason to bring him back.
And when you say a winning streak, it's really just, if they lose tonight, that is it's done. I mean, Thursday. Yeah. They lose on Thursday to the Steelers, it's done.
Because if they win this next two, then they probably bring him back and Cook.
Yeah, because as of right now, there are 4 teams that are tied at 5-7. So I mean, all of those are as of right now the number 8 seed. So yeah, I mean, unless everybody else loses, who's in front of them and tied with them, yeah, they're going to need to win.
Okay, so I hope I don't jinx myself, but I've never seen this happen before, and I'm just happy as fuck. I went into last week. It's a 12-teamer. It's a $200 buy-in single QB. I was the 7th seed, and I was 6-6. The 2 people behind me were 5-7, 5-7, and the 2 people in front of me, no, the 1 person in front, the 6th and 5th seed were also 6-6. Everybody loses, including me. So I this morning look, and I'm in the 5th seed. It's fucking insane because I have more points.
Okay,
but I'm just saying.
So you jumped up. What you're saying? You jumped up in the rankings, even though you lost.
Yeah.
It's nice when that happens because it usually doesn't happen that way. But if you score more points, in the certain week or whatever, it's coming down like that in one of my leagues where literally 1 through 9 are all 1 game apart.
That's the one time. Oh, my bad. Am I in the Matrix?
No, you're good.
That's probably the one time that I'm like, this is finally karma because I'm the 2nd most points scored against in this league, right? And I'm always like top 3 most points scored against for some reason. And
is it a Yahoo league?
Yes, it's a Yahoo league.
Yahoo hates me now.
Yahoo hates me too, apparently. And you know what's crazy? You're the only other person that said this outside of my circles because I always point this out. It's like, why do we have the same schedule? It's like reruns. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
and I swear when you shuffle it, it like makes it worse than whatever it was like before.
And in my home leagues where I commission, everybody's cutthroat. It's like it would have to be voted on, the shuffle. And most people would vote against it. Nah, man. What are you? They don't trust me. You're gonna. Yeah. I'm like, they're pressing shuffle. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you can take the time to like go through and change every schedule. Who the fuck has that much time in life to do something like that?
Here's the thing. That is tampering with the fantasy gods.
Well, and you don't even know. I mean, see, because it could totally. You don't know before the fucking season goes. You don't know who's gonna have who. You don't know who's gonna have what. You don't know what week they're gonna have the bias. Only this one shady league that I'm in, the Real Reality Fantasy Football League. They're definitely trying to create the reality themselves. We do the draft, and then they create the divisions and the schedule after the draft.
Yeah, you were telling me, yo, hey, listen, fuck them. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny is like when you're trying to force something like this, they're older cats, right? Or they're okay,
a little bit older than that.
You know how I know this? Because they're like, let's do a reality show. Like that's so early 2000s. You know what I mean? And just like those reality shows back then, it was mostly scripted. And like the beauty of the day and age we're living in is that it's the evolution of TV. Like what we're doing, people watch us. We're being us. this is not scripted. It's organic. You know what I'm saying? And if you just did the league how it was and the actual organic drama of the NFL and the injuries and COVID and the drama of bad beats and this, that, and third, that's something I would watch. But when you start trying to fabricate and all that shit and watch the fantasy gods, don't bless them with views. Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. I'm not. Listen, I do every day.
Here's the thing. Everything that has happened, nothing has been put on. The only thing that has been aired from all this is the first 3 rounds of the draft. That is it.
So you mean to tell me that people are going to watch something after the season about the season? No. Especially fantasy enthusiasts who are upset. If the ones that don't win, they don't even want to hear fantasy till like June or August. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah.
The regular casual fans, you know what I mean?
We'll see. I'm still of the mindset that they're not paying out the amount of money that they said, because literally everything that they said has been the exact opposite of what they said.
You show me the creator of the real reality fantasy league show, and I will show you a liar.
And you know how you know he's a liar? So when he dressed up for the draft, he dressed up like Harry from Dumb and Dumber in like an all blue suit.
Yeah.
Joke.
Well, no way, he's dumb. There it is. Tell him I said
it. Let's see who else is up in here. What up? T Money in the building. What up, bro? And I pulled it up here, but Ruben, what up? Second Take Extra in the building.
What's happening, y'all?
And Second Take Extra said, imagine changing the divisions after the draft. You know what's funny is before this draft, we didn't even know that there was divisions. They create the draft and then they create the divisions and all this. And...
Hey, it's a real thin line between commissioner and dictator. I swear to God.
No, this isn't like no one has any say in anything in this league. Like we're lucky to be a part of it, you know, as they like to say.
I don't know, man. You know, I feel like I'm lucky not dealing with that bullshit. I feel bad for you. That's unlucky.
Yeah, it's annoying, but it's not like I had to pay anything, you know, to get in it. I mean, I did. I got sick, so I didn't have to go down there, but wasted money on a plane ticket that I never went down there for. And I'm actually glad that I didn't, because I'd be even more pissed if I took the time to go down there, spent the time getting a hotel and all this shit, not for the footage to air. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right, come on, man.
And JC Money in the building. What's up, bro? You get the feelings back in your fingers and toes yet?
And you know what will be ill? He needs to get like beads and shit in his shit, bro.
Just go straight hippie with it, man.
And like put like a hot pink stripe through it. Wow.
There you go.
Right there on the side. Or maybe just the mustache be like blonde or something.
Just totally switch it up. Will, what up, bro? Shout out to the Patreon crew. What up, homie? And let's see who else. Manny, he said barely won this week. Bateman and Boston Scott got me 0 points. Tyreek got me 3. Man, bro, at least you won, getting 2 zeros and a Tyreek getting 3. Like,
so he plays in a it's probably like a half-point joint. You know what? That might be destiny, my friend. You know what I mean? You
don't
might
question it.
To move on. You know what I mean?
Do not question it. Just go with it. Because, there's someone on the other side of that who I'm sure the person that you're playing is just so pissed. Like, he had 2 people get a 0. He had Tyreek get a 3. I still couldn't beat him.
In a 14-team, $150 buy-in super flex full of savages. It's the Smokey and Bogey Invitational, right? I was 7-5 going into the week, and I'm playing Blake, and Blake is like owing $1 million. You know what I mean? Like fucking, and he has Jared Goff, David Montgomery, just Amon-Ra St. Brown stacked. He just had everyone, and I had Boston Scott and Foster Moreau. And, you know, I had Dylan and Chubb, they're on a bye, right? So then, you know, I had Hilliard, he's on a bye. Henderson, he got in my lineup, put a 0. Boston Scott, 0. Tyreek Hill, 0. Jamar Chase, damn near negative most of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had Dak and, what's his name? Dak and Mahomes in a 15-yard for a point passing league, and I only put up 50 points.
That's rough.
50.
That's what, and you guys have IDP in that too, right?
No, it's the team defense, but they're like the team defenses are jacked. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're jacked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, you get points for everything. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's good. I mean, so I've already come to the conclusion that it's not team defense that I hate. It's the default team defense scoring. Because I play in a league that Iggy created. He calls it the Fantasy Sevens. And you play like every single position on offense. You got a kicker, you have team defense, and there's IDP as well. But like, for context, like the Dolphins, like last week, they put up like 60-something points.
Yeah, I remember he was saying.
That shit carried me because, man, I don't have the Dolphins this week. I got the Tennessee Titans. I kept them literally just for this week because there's no other defenses out there. So I hope they do it versus the Jags. But I'm still right in line to make it to the playoffs, but have barely a winning record because I'm leading the division in points. And this is the biggest division out of like 3 16-team leagues and like 4 divisions per league. And this is the fucking toughest division in all of the land.
In all of the Shire.
And there you go, second take extra. Don't matter if you win by 0.1 or 100, you got the dub. Faux show. And shit, even 0.01. You guys ever seen a win where someone won or lost by 0.01? I've seen it.
I haven't seen that, but fuck you, Foster Moreau. And fuck you, Rashad Bateman, especially. You know what? Foster Moreau's all right. Fuck you, Rashad Bateman. I lost by 0.36. He couldn't just get one catch, bruh. And fuck Lamar Jackson, too. Because he's all reputation to me right now. And fond memories of what he did before. Because he only has 4 good outings in fantasy this year. And we're going week 14. You know what I mean?
So I know, every week I'm always going to have, a couple things that I get wrong, and sorry for everyone that happened to. But one call that I made yesterday, like, made me feel so good because, like, it was Francisco in a vampire league. And he asks, should I play Stephon Diggs? And
Davis, I saw you talking about this on the show when you're doing the feature.
It was so freaking awesome, man. And he was like, or do I pick up Gabriel Davis? All I need to get is 1.5 points.
Yeah,
that's it.
He gets to get a big dog from the guy. You know what I mean?
Yep. So he did that. He picks him up. I mean, Gabriel Davis outscored Stephon Diggs anyways. Just made me look like a champ, but like, man, that shit was dope.
It's funny, too, because I'll be picking up and dropping. Like, if there's guys available, just speculate. So, like, before, I have Stephon Diggs in a bunch of leagues. So, before yesterday, I just dropped whatever garbage, which is Jermichael Hasty, right? I just drop him everywhere and then pick up Gabe Davis just in case anything happens to my Diggs. I'm just always prepared, you know what I mean? And then this morning I wake up and then fucking Jermichael Hasty is going to be the hot pickup because the goddamn fucking Elijah Mitchell has the dizzies.
But didn't he get hurt or something?
So, no, he had the dizzies. Elijah Mitchell gets the dizzies. Goes in the blue tent, and it's probably like muscle memory, bro, because they said he passed all the tests and went back in the game. And I think he even scored a touchdown. I can't remember if the touchdown was before or not. But either way, then it was yesterday. He comes out, and he has the dizzies. He's like, oh, by the way, I am fucked up. You know what I mean?
Dan Daddy, what up, what up? And
you know who got hurt? Jeff Wilson. His knee, it's not hurt, but his knee flared back up. The surgically repaired knee.
Everybody's all messed up over there. No one can stay healthy.
Shanahan's curse. I'm starting to believe it.
And Emil said, any news on Waller? Not as of yet. We don't have a lot of news today. I think because of just the time of the year right now, I think a lot of coaches are keeping a lot of things under wraps because we're talking about like big games that everyone needs to win. People are not giving advantages to other teams.
But they did say the last thing that was reported was that he's day-to-day. So that's that's actually putting him on track to play. If he practices at all this week, he's gonna play.
Yeah, tomorrow's a big day for these guys who we don't know. Like a guy like Waller, if he gets in a limited practice on a Wednesday, he's playing because normally he wouldn't even be practicing on a Wednesday. This time of the year.
Yeah, real talk.
So we'll see what happens with
And
him.
he's all fucked up.
Oh yeah, multiple. I mean, we don't know the severity of like as many injuries as he had, but we knew that he had multiple going way back when he first got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually like he started the year. He missed all preseason and everything because he was hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keeping it on the low and shit.
Yep. Hell yeah. And let's see. Antonio said Under Armour is going to be a lifesaver for you in Minnesota. Yeah. So I got I did get some Under Armour stuff. And yeah, we're going to be Gucci. Yeah. Dang it. Antonio said I only lost because I listened to Hustler Sanders over Gage. Man, I wish we knew more.
Listen, hold on. That's the right call. But also, Gage was like a flex. You know what I mean? Miles Sanders was an RB2, and then he gets hurt. So
no, I think he's talking about Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We knew the weather was going to be bad. Yeah, that was a bad call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we didn't know the extent of it until Monday. Like we knew it was going to be bad. I don't think anyone knew that it would be so bad that one of the teams would only throw the ball 3 times.
I remember. I can't remember when I texted you. I think it was Saturday.
When we started bringing up the Chicago game.
Yeah, it was like Chicago, Kansas City, Buffalo. I think those were the main 3. Where it was like, okay, the weather's gonna affect the game. You know what I mean? Where it's like we got to start making some big boy calls. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine Russell Gage over Tyreek Hill? That would be just fucking insane. I would never say that. But like, if you have your rule of thumb, which I do, you know what I'm saying? With the weather, with the wind at certain miles an hour, you just take the receivers out. You know what I mean?
And we really got to downplay the quarterbacks. Like we got to do that moving forward. Like, I mean, if it's 25 mile an hour gust winds or higher, like that's where it really starts affecting.
Yeah. It's 25. 25 is what like the pros say. Like that's where it's like a problem. You know what I mean? And like, here's the thing. If you would have asked me this a couple of days ago about Emmanuel Sanders, right, or Gage, I'd probably go Sanders too, just because I'll be like, well, Josh Allen can rifle it through. You know what I mean? Like, and here's another thing with Emmanuel Sanders. Going into week 14, all he is, if in hindsight, is those 2 big games. And every time we throw him in our lineup is because it's just those 2 games early in the year. And that's how polarizing a player's production early on just stays with someone's mind. You know what I mean?
You're talking about last year with Gage?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm talking about Manny Sanders right now.
Oh, yeah.
He only had the 2 big games this year, pretty much. You know what I mean? Other than that, like a WR4 production. Right. Like he's finishing in like the 40s and 50s. You know what I mean? They're tanking since week 2 to I don't even know when they started doing that. Let's just say horrible. Like they've been doing horrible. Like, man, what have they? I guess I can't even see what they've gone in their last handful of games right off the top, but I mean, you lose to the Jaguars, you lose to the Colts, like they lost to the Titans. Like, look at this. They're coming off a big loss in primetime to the young fucking Padawan over there for the evil emperor, right? And the motherfucker only had to throw the ball 3 times, right? And now you're gonna play Tampa Bay? What? Like they gotta show up here. And if you can't run the ball with your running backs, then Josh Allen needs to run. But the fact that he's paid, there is the business decisions. Like, I don't know if we should run this play. You know what I mean? I don't want to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, but when he was trying to get paid, he's ready to die out there. When you get paid, you start to we'll take it easy a little bit. You know what I mean?
Business decisions.
Exactly.
Especially in a game like this. I mean, I think everyone knew that it was going to be a low-scoring game. I wish I lived in a legal gambling state where I could have thrown real money on that and not just these fake coins in these sports.
Man, we got the app, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, remember I texted you last night. Like, this was like 10 minutes into the game. It was just like, or not even, maybe 10 seconds into the game. Like, damn, I should have put my life savings on the under.
For real, like, man, I mean, that yeah.
I knew it. Like, no matter what number they put, because they're never going to put nothing lower than like 24 for real.
Right. Yep.
It would have been like 24 and a half, maybe. And even that's preposterous. Like, I think the lowest I've ever seen in the past 10 years was like 31. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. And Jarrett, what up, bro? What's going down? Shout out to the Who Dat Nation. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, is Russell Gage worth a pickup? Yeah, because, I mean, someone else is going to try to pick him up.
I don't like him against Carolina this week, though. But, yeah, pick him up.
Yeah, especially this week. I mean, they don't have Dante Jackson, but they still got Stephon Gilmore.
And here's another thing. They got Hayden Hurst Helmsley coming back. That's going to affect it because Arthur Smith loves him some 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets. You know what I mean? Pitts and Hurst. Before Hurst got hurt, that's how they were rocking. You know what I mean? And but I will say we can't ignore. And do I reverse jinx with the best of them? Because it's like I shit on Gage and Jacob so hard that now I have to tell people start these motherfuckers because they're showing up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like he got 12 targets and 11 targets last week. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Gage is the 12 gauge.
Yep.
He's bucking.
Hell yeah. And then some other news just coming out for the Vikings is that Dalvin Cook was limited in practice today. I mean, we still got 2 more days of practice, and it doesn't mean that he's going to play. But getting in a limited practice on Tuesday is pretty good, though.
Man, this is Jedi mind tricks, and it's not at its finest. This is just par for the course. Like, you know what I mean? But it's also apparently just a pain tolerance thing if someone like Baker Mayfield, or maybe it's a duct tape thing. Just look, maybe they duct tape Dalvin Cook's shoulder back on, you know what I mean? But this is like Jedi mind tricks at its weakest, you know what I'm saying? They want them to game plan for Dalvin Cook still, you know what I mean?
I mean, you already said it, and we already said it before. They lose one game, they're probably out. That means this game is very important. The main way that you beat the Steelers is by grounding and pounding.
You know what? I think they're okay with Madison. Madison's so fresh. Even on a short week, he can get another 20 plus touches. You know what I mean? But if Dalvin Cook does play, this is the unprecedented 3 week in a row where we will recommend the handcuff over the starter if they both play. Because if Dalvin Cook plays, he's not getting the crazy workload.
Zeke was a full go in practice all week last week before their game.
Yeah. And what did we say? Tony Pasta. You know what I'm saying? Henderson, he's all fucked up. Then they say, oh, he's going to play. Hey, we say Sony PlayStation it up. You know what I mean?
Yep. If he's just limited all week, yeah, we got to just automatically assume it's going to be a heavy Madison game.
Short week too. So that's where it's kind of eyebrow raising because today is their Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. 2 days before.
Yeah. So tomorrow's walkthrough. So the fact that he got into a limited, it's a little eyebrow raising. I'm still saying if you're a person that has Madison or a person who has both Cook and Madison, I'm playing Madison.
Because last week, Zeke was a full go on Sunday, a full go on Monday, full go on Tuesday. He was a full go all 3 days. Still came out limited because with him, it's a pain tolerance issue too.
But see, Cooks, this is why it's eyebrow raising that he has a chance to play because he was limited. So to me, that gives us the signal that they're either trying to make it seem like he's going to play or maybe he is. But he has a goddamn torn labrum. You know what I'm saying? A completely torn, right?
Well, that's what I mean. The status is worse right now. You know, if we're comparing it just to last week to Zeke, Zeke goes in full all week, still comes out crazy limited in the game.
It's limited.
So that's what I mean. Those are the things we got to pay attention to. I know it's a different team, but all these teams think the same, you know, in that aspect.
It's a hive mind.
Yeah. Chandler in the building. What up, bro? Thanks for chiming in on that the fantasy Fantasy Sports Network yesterday. And David P said, what do you look for in basketball picks? Points, rebounds, dunks, also assists. If a guy has a crazy amount of turnovers, you don't really want them because you get whatever the multiplier is, you get it for bad and good. So, you know, if a guy has a really high multiplier and they're giving up turnovers, like that's really bad.
Yeah. That would be tight if they showed minutes, like average minutes played.
They do.
Oh, word. I think, you know what? I thought I was in the Matrix for a second. because I know I've asked you this before on this show.
You have. And so what it is, and I'll even tell you guys right now, so everyone who's paying attention, because I didn't know this like the first like week or so when I was playing, but the more you play, the more you learn. So you go in here. I'm going in to pick my lineup, going in to pick the champion. I'm clicking on the person's name, and then right at the top it says summary, stats, news, compare. So you can, just like on Yahoo or Sleeper, go check the news. You can literally compare that player to another player. And then you got the stats where it has the minutes, field goals versus field goal attempts, field goal percentage, 3-point makes versus misses, the percentage, and pretty much every average. It has it broken down like for all the previous games. So like I pulled up Jason Tatum right now. I can see his game on the 4th and on the 3rd and on the 1st.
I fuck with taters.
Yeah, so just like him, I mean, I'm looking at his last 4 games right off the bat. I mean, there's a reason why he's towards the top, towards the top of this. So it's Boston versus the Lakers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the only game.
Historic rivalry.
Yeah, I actually went to game 6 and game 7 of the last time they played in 2010 in the finals.
Yeah, so this is when the Lakers won.
This is when the Lakers won. It was super epic. And I remember in game 6, the Celtics, they were winning. They had the momentum. And it was just insane. Like, I literally saw the momentum change in a championship. And it was D. Fisher. I don't know if it was a steal or something, but it was like they did a pass and then he got a pass back and he drains this 3 from like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 feet behind the line. The crowd erupted like so loud. Like, I was like, oh shit, like that ain't good. Like it totally shifted the dynamic of the entire series.
You over there in a Celtics jersey.
The Celtics, I had the Celtics starter jacket on. And
I hate the Lakers, but I won money on the Lakers that year. I remember I was in Hawaii, and my man that I played poker with at the time, he's a big ass Celtics fan, and like he was just taking bets from everybody, and just throughout the course of the month, he just kept doubling down with people. So by the time I got I'm in Hawaii and like I'm watching Game 6, they closed it. I call him. I'm like, boom, we was up at 500 at that time because we're per game. We're doubling up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that shit was epic. But anyways, he who was it? The next year, didn't that the next year Boston won, right?
No, I don't think Boston won. No, it was no Lakers. They went back to back, didn't they?
I know. I thought.
No. Wait, let me go see. I can't remember who won it that year. I can't remember if that was the first year that they did it of the two because they
they played. It was like classic, like it was throwback, you know what I mean? Where they went back to back in the finals, right? Like against each other. But it was like a throwback because Larry Bird and Magic Johnson bullshit, like from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like
so that year for the Lakers, that was the second year of their two-peat, and it was the Mavericks that won the next year. So who was it? There was the Heat at the Mavericks? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Shaq got him one without Kobe.
Well, that was 2006 when he got it. So when the Lakers lost in 2008, that's when he came out with the Kobe has my ass taste when they got beat by the Celtics. So it was 2008, Celtics beat them. 2010, Lakers beat the Celtics.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember the Celtics, somebody, I think it was Ray Allen, somebody, I forget who it was, bro, but they taped $100 bill on the post and was like, we're going to come back for this next year. And they came back and they got that thing.
Yeah, it was Orlando that did it the year after that made it to the finals.
That's right. With the Birdman.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember Birdman. Hey, Birdman got him one, huh? He was part of that LeBron Miami team.
Yep. Hell yeah. And Nigel, good looking on the super chat, bro. He said, I hope the Vikings lose again so they can shut down Cook. I need Madison rest of season to win my league.
You know what? I like that energy. I like it a lot. I like his version. We're gonna dial that up.
Hey, because the places that I got Cook, those teams don't even matter anymore. So I'm all about it, Nigel. Let's get it.
Yeah, I don't even have Madison or Cook. It's just that I know the Cook managers are in the mix with me in the playoff picture, and you know what I mean. Anything, any edge is a good edge.
There we go. And
Oh,
and Life and Sports Talk with Jake said Dalvin Cook must be a fantasy player like Austin Eckler. I mean, they're both real similar right now. I mean, Austin Eckler let you down real early last year, and we'll see what happens at tomorrow's practice, but I'm nervous.
Do we got any news on Austin Powers? Like, has he lost his mojo? Like, they're being hush about this.
Very hush.
See, here's the thing. Him and Bosa left the game.
Yeah.
And I'll get you one, son. And Eckler, I mean, both of them didn't come back because the game was so out of hand in their favor, right? So I'm just hoping it's a case of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We hope.
And for the record, if anybody is out there and is going to make a claim, I like Roundtree. I think Roundtree is the guy if it's not Eckler.
Yeah, and I mean going up against the Giants, you know, not a bad matchup. And Chandler says, what about Jones and Dillon? We haven't heard anything about from them yet. I mean, I'm assuming Jones is going to play. You know, I mean, he played 2 weeks ago at this point, and now he's got that week of rest. And they really just needed him out there for name value in that game because obviously Dillon was the workhorse. So I'm assuming that they both play, and it's got to be close to 50-50.
Nah, I disagree.
Let's hear it.
I think we're looking at like, if it's a 50-50, here's how you get to your 50-50 is that Aaron Jones is going to be used a lot in the passing game, more so, right? But see, I don't think that. I think it's going to be like a series thing. You know what I mean? Like they might give Aaron Jones a series when they're going hurry up, or like on a third down series, or you might even see them go 21 where there's two running backs, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I just think the early down work is fully secure for AJ Dillon, and he's shown in Aaron Jones' absence he can handle third down work. He's better at pass blocking. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? He got better at pass blocking, and just him as a receiver has been awesome. And when you know Aaron Rodgers praises him, that's another thing because he praises him the same way he used to praise Aaron Jones over Jamal Williams. You know what I mean?
Sir Bong's a lot in the building. What up, bro?
Let me hear that bong.
Well, I'm curious who is going to be right on this because, I mean, you're definitely right about the way that Dillon has been looking. I mean, mainly the reason why I think it's going back to that 50-50. I mean, we got to follow the money, like we always say, and really, I mean, Jones was coming back after only missing one game, you know. So I mean, we already thought that he was going to be out.
See, okay, let's take a look at the split because when they were together, it was already in favor of AJ Dillon, touches wise, like on the ground, because this was already a precursor. You know what I mean? There's already a precursor to like what I envision AJ Dillon being when the weather's cold, and that's where we're at. Like he's gonna go crazy in prime time against the Bears.
Because Aaron Jones, did he get hurt against the Seahawks? I can't even remember what game it was that he got hurt at this point.
Yeah, he got hurt at the end of the Seahawks game. That's right.
Yeah, so I mean that's where you start seeing the discrepancy of like the Dillon like uptick and stuff. But I mean I'm curious to see what it is. I mean I like it when we have definitive answers. This game obviously, I'm hoping it gives us some definitive answers.
Well, and here's another thing too is that due to game script, like I think the Bears lose this game. I'm pretty sure a lot of us think that, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of work on the ground closing the game too with AJ Dillon. Like you know what I mean? And Matt LaFleur, his offense is humming when you can get that run game going with the power run. You know what I'm saying? Like super smash mouth. And then they also got the finesse shit too. You know what I mean? But I'm saying because he had Derrick Henry before. You know what I mean? Matt LaFleur is the guy responsible for unleashing Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? He was already a beast. But but whatever, Mike Malarkey and all these other fucking coaches that were there, he was literally Malarkey, pun intended. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
like Matt LaFleur got in there, unleashed them. You know what I mean? And that's remember everyone was like, why they draft AJ Dillon? Like, you know what I mean? Like they didn't want to give Aaron Rodgers a receiving weapon, right? Because Matt LaFleur was like, this guy is like Derrick Henry light. You know what I mean?
I mean, when we always see it, I mean, every single year, I mean, even though Aaron Rodgers is still that dude, like when it gets to the cold and it gets to Lambeau in December and January, like you got to pound the rock. I mean, that's just a recipe for success. And if you got a big bruiser, what's Dylan, like 240, something like that? Like he's a big dude.
Like 245, something like that. And, and I think that was like his combine weight. He might even be a little slimmer now because, like, you know what I'm saying, after a season and, he used to get the hitting the weights and trimming down because you see what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, but anyways, going back to film.
And real quick, Josh said, appreciate the daily show, y'all. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you, Josh. Yeah. No, but see, here's another thing with Dylan, man. Going back to the cold, like Eddie Lacy wasn't particularly good, but when you could run and pound the rock in that weather, bro, fat ass Eddie Lacy can do it. AJ Dillon finna kill shit, and we've already seen it. That's the thing. Even last year, they gave him the one game. Like that would have been the illest call in Week 16 because I have Derrick Henry and my opponent had Aaron Jones, and I lose the Super Bowl. And I had AJ Dillon on my bench because I picked him up just in case. Because if y'all remember, Week 16, Aaron Jones, he wasn't sure if he's going to play. And it was a Sunday night game, so I'm like, let me grab AJ Dillon, keep him away. You know what I mean? And then here's AJ Dillon versus the Titans doing Derrick Henry shit to them. You know what I mean?
I have AJ Dillon on so many teams that I hope that I'm wrong. Let's just put it that way.
What is Aaron Jones even fucking done this year? It was one game. He had 4 tugs, and then he's been miscellaneous production here and there. He's been ass.
But you know what? If he gives us one of those games in week 15, 16, or 17,
okay,
nothing else even matters.
If this is not one of those cases where if I have the handcuff, in this case, AJ Dillon, right? And I have Aaron Jones, I'm trying to find a way to play both of them.
Yeah.
Because with Aaron Rodgers' foot too, like, and coming off a bye week and seeing on Monday, he was on the McAfee show earlier today. He was talking about how, what's wrong with running it, fucking 46 times. Because that's what the fucking Patriots just did. You know what I mean? And they're referencing how the Niners ran like X amount of time, 40 times. Like, this is like kind of dope.
I mean, okay, as much as we love the games where Rodgers goes out and slings it for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, he wants it to where he doesn't have to put the team on his back every single play of every single game, because then it makes him save up a little bit of that energy and just shred when he really needs it.
See, I'm okay with the running backs moving the ball down the field and then, like, he play actions and then, hit somebody in the corner of the end zone or something like that. I love that shit. Or even they love throwing to the running back down there in the red zone.
Yeah.
I got so many AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Rodgers like teams, like where I have all 3 of them. And I'm like, I have to make decisions because I'm trying to figure out how to play both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, RB2. That's literally where Aaron Jones is at, right? He's an RB2 right now.
Yeah. I mean, I can go see exactly where he fares up real quick.
I'd say he's right behind. He's like a couple behind Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is like 17 or something like that.
Man, I wish Sleeper had the numbers like right next to it.
Oh yeah, you gotta count them up, right? Or even just right.
Damn. So Aaron Jones is RB12 as of right now.
What?
1 point ahead of Kamara.
That's how bad it is that even Aaron Jones. See, and that's crazy because that's top heavy too. It's all front loaded from the early on in the season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that one game, just that one game alone, he got 41 points.
Yeah, I think Kamara Kamara had a 40-point game, right? With that last game with Jameis before he tore his.
He's had 2 30-point games. He's had a 31-point game and a 33. Those were his big games.
Okay.
One before the bye and one after the bye.
Because I gotta say something, man. Fuck you, Alvin Kamara. Okay. I got so much Alvin Kamara this year, and even in some instances, like it was like if Zeke was there, I would have took Zeke because I was doing that. I had Zeke over Kamara this year. You know what I mean? And then so I was like settle for Kamara. Like, all right, fuck it. What hell of a consolation prize, but not really.
Rankings out the fucking window. Like just another reason why I don't like doing them. Because if you didn't have Jonathan Taylor, it didn't matter. Like if you didn't pick Jonathan Taylor, none of the other rankings fucking mattered. And Taylor could have been anywhere from number 2 to like number 12 or 13, like in people's rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, I know what I'm doing on Xmas. A dab. There we go. 7-month break. That's gonna be big time. Hell yeah.
Hey man, it's like the motherfucking he has a different countdown, right? The 25 days till I can hit this dab. I'm excited for him.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And Antonio said, can the Vampires steal players in the playoffs also or just regular season? It's through the entire season. So if the Vampire actually makes the playoffs, the same rules apply.
Yeah, that's gangster. How do you decide who's a vampire? It just gets bestowed?
So I did it with the way that we just that we did it last the draft order.
Okay, yeah.
Did it with that. But I'm gonna figure out a new way because I'm definitely one of these leagues. I'm definitely gonna be the vampire in next year. We gotta figure it out, and maybe people donating to be the vampire or something just to try out something new. Because the leagues were fun. My team sucked in 3 out of 4 of them. I caught crazy injuries, but every single year it helps me figure out how to tweak the settings a little bit to make it just a little bit better of an experience for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is I turned down the vampire leagues, but I did the off of the head joint, and I died week 1.
I just lost this week, and it's because Allen and Diggs were my my number 1 and 2. I picked wrong on like my bench just killed it. My bench went off. I missed. I had Higgins on the bench. It was bad.
What's crazy is Higgins is kind of banged up again, so we might have missed those 2 weeks to tell people rock with Higgins, right? But what's crazy is what's happening for Higgins' production is getting a little spike because they are giving the double coverage love to Chase like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. He's getting it.
Yeah. Oh, how the tides have turned. And it's kind of crazy because it took the league hella weeks before they caught on. Where they're like, okay, let's not relegate our number 1 to Higgins anymore. Like, yeah. I forget what week it was when they played Baltimore, but yeah, he was killing Humphreys, and I was just like, ooh, because then that's so polarizing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, ooh, Jamar Chase is a boy, bruh. You know what I mean? But then just not so much lately.
Yeah, Higgins was one of the main reasons I won this week. Went off real big in the Tyrannosaurus Flex League, and man, it's so close. So you're number 1, I'm number 2. And I'm
so
54 points less than you. So if you win and I win, I would need to outscore you by 56 points or something like that.
I love how competitive you are because like you're already a shoo-in for a bye, right? But you want to be the number 1 seed.
I'm not a shoo-in for the bye. Steamboat. I mean, man, there's 3.
I'm playing Steamboat. So
okay.
So we're basically.
See, I don't have time to look at other people's matchups. Well, all I know is I'm playing the number 12 seed and I'm trying to kick ass.
Yeah, you're probably exactly. I already looked at your shit. Trust me, because this one's. I just want to see. I like to try to anticipate this one a little bit. And so I'm playing Steamboat, and if you look at his matchup, he's all fucked up. And I'm on the phone with him last night, telling him how he's all fucked up. He's gonna have 1 QB, unless he goes and gets like Jake Fromm or something like that. And then he's like he got JT on a bye and New England defense on a bye and all kind of shit going on. But then and then in the same instant, I lose Keenan Allen more than likely for the week, right? Elijah Mitchell's in concussion protocol. If he don't practice by Thursday, I'm moving like I'm not gonna have him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've shown that like they win when they get creative. Like, all right, sorry, Eli, you don't play this week. And then Debo comes back and Debo's the leading rusher. You know what I mean? Like they'll do shit like that. Remember last week I was like, Juszczyk was talking about he want to get in the mix. They all got in the mix last week.
Yeah.
All of them. You know what I mean? So, and now it just might be Hasty this week and no Jeff Wilson. And then the combination of like the Juszczyks and the goddamn Debo if he comes back. You know what I'm saying? So, but if Debo doesn't play, Jermichael Hasty becomes very interesting with no Elijah Mitchell. You know what I mean? Like he becomes like a must play.
Yeah. Yeah. My team, it's screwed this week. I mean, I'm, either way.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm not done yet. I got banged up DeAndre Swift. I got no CMC, but I got Hubbard and Abdullah. And I'm probably going to make the wrong decision going with Hubbard. You know what I mean? And I feel like I want to play them both. I got Jared Jeudy and Mike Williams. So Mike Williams kind of gets a boost, but with no Keenan Allen, it doesn't really make, it doesn't really like, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, he's going to get like 10 more targets. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Because he's predominantly a slot guy. Although he does play like 20% of his snaps out wide. You know what I mean? So, I fully expect that Josh Palmer and a Jalen Guyton to just be involved. You know what I mean? While Mike Williams takes away number one coverage. You know what I'm saying? Then I picked up Denver last week, knowing that they're going to play Jared Goff. But now I'm like, well, all of a sudden Jared Goff is balling? Like, and it would be, that's such a Bogard thing to do. Like, I'm anticipating it, and I pick up fucking Denver, and then here comes Goffle, because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play him against Goffle. He sucks. And he's going to throw fucking 6 touchdowns on these motherfuckers. It just always happens like that to me. Like, look, I got here right to the finish line, of the regular season. And like I'm in my worst condition on this team. Like I'm all banged up, and then I'm playing Steamboat, who's in a precarious situation as well. But there's a bye week on the line. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah!
I fucking love it.
And then of course, I finally got some good luck. That's usually like the exact opposite of what I get. I'm going up against the number 12 seed, but I don't rest on my laurels. Big week is coming up this week.
Is that shipping and receiving or something like that?
I
think you're playing against my crazy cousins, motherfucker.
80s.
Oh yeah, no, that's the homie's homie.
Yeah. So this is big time.
Is he checked out? Is that motherfucker checked out? You might get a free ride here because I think he's checked. I think he checked out. I had to tell my man last week, hey, go tell your boy, make sure he's setting his lineup and shit.
I mean, it didn't look like he had anyone in last week who didn't play or anything.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because
unless Alex Collins didn't play, but he might be checked out.
Yeah,
I hope he is. You do whatever you want to do, but I don't know anyone.
Listen. That's tampering with the fantasy gods. That's stuff that
you already told them once. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, because this was like 3 weeks ago. Because I ain't gonna lie, I think I played him and I seen it.
We'll see if anyone says anything to him because he's got Mac Jones in at the Superflex League. He's got in the Superflex spot.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's it, though. I mean, Waller, if he doesn't play, I mean, he's got him in there also.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. I mean, his team's just not that good either.
They're on the way to the dance. Week 15 is your destination, your next destination.
And either way, that was happening, But now
you're gonna beat his ass.
Now with a win, I'm already securing. I'm not on to week 15. I'm dancing past week 15. We're going straight to week 16.
Oh, that's right. I'm still wired 16 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, week 16 and 17 if you got that bye week.
I gotta get to 16.
And Life and Sports Talk with Jake, what up? Said, how do I get in on some of your leagues next year? Okay, you can actually get in a league, early as 2022 for the NFL playoffs because I'm going to be starting some leagues for the NFL playoffs. Last year I did 9. This year I think we could do more than that. 12-team leagues. We're doing it on myfantasyleague.com. And the way that you get in is you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com and you go get signed up on Patreon. When you're on Patreon, you're going to get a spot secured, at least in one league, but you'll get to play in as many as you want. Last year, I know there's a few people who played in like 3 or 4 of these playoff leagues. So it's really just up to you, but you got to be on Patreon. You got to be a Patreon member. You got to be in the crew. So fantasyfootballhustler.com. There's a $3 tier. You can get on that to support. I recommend at least the $5 one so you can get into Discord as well, because that's where we're going to be doing a lot of talking about these leagues and things like that. So get in there, fantasyfootballhustler.com, and then click on the top link for Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Sir Bong's a lot. Tell him, bro. I know Sir Bong's a lot is hyped about the playoff leagues.
Yeah, I'm finna be in that thing too, running an absolute muck.
Oh yeah, this shit's gonna be fun. $30 buy-ins. I'm still figuring out a lot of the specifics on it, but it's pretty much a 3-week tournament, is what it is.
Is there an app for this, Rich?
Yep, there's an app.
Okay, and then like what is it called? What do you say? It's MFL, right? My Fantasy League?
Yeah, so the app is actually MFL Platinum is what it is, and then it's myfantasyleague.com is the website.
And we just want to forewarn everybody, this platform sucks a big one. But it allows us to do fantasy playoff stuff, you know what I'm saying? In the actual playoffs. I'm an okay fan of fan tracks, but it's also like they don't do week to week joints. Like, they don't do matchups. It's everybody versus everybody. So I'm interested. I mean, I'm intrigued.
Here's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna do also. We're gonna do like a fake little draft, like maybe a couple days before or whatever. Literally, it's gonna be a tutorial of how you use this shit, because it's not hard once you know where to point and click. But that's really what it is. If you don't know where to point and click, it gets a little frustrating.
Yeah, and then like maybe I know it's annoying, but maybe 2-minute timers. You know what I mean? Because
no, it's not. It's gonna be an 8-hour timer. Cause we're gonna have
slow thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be an 8-hour timer. We're gonna have 1 week to be able to complete this, because we're literally gonna do it when week 18 stops. That Monday is when all the fucking drafts are gonna start for every single one of these leagues. Like, early that morning, 8-hour clock. We got to be done by Saturday morning.
It's funny because I learned to love slow drafts. I'm dreading this. I hate slow drafts. It gives time to the motherfuckers to think, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There is the added aspect of people panicking when that clock is ticking. I fucking love that. Yeah.
And David said, I want into the playoff fantasy. Hell yeah, bro. Don't worry. I'm going to be making announcements in Patreon where I'm going to be having stuff. I'm going to be putting up the what's it called? I'm going to make sure to put together like some bylaws for this, just so people can read and see the scoring and all that type of shit, know all the specifics. Even though people still ask me and I still have to remind people just to go read that shit. But I'm going to do it.
You know what? Let's try to get a hold of Sleeper, man, because if that Sleeper can offer this somehow, we're doing it on Sleeper.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna make the phone call.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start reaching out to Sleeper.
It's funny because I actually know a guy who knows the guy.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
let's get on it, because if we could get it on Sleeper, like, I mean,
there's gotta be
last year there was nine of these leagues. There's gonna be way more than 9 of them this year.
How many per league?
12.
Okay.
But a lot of people wanted to play in just more than one. So a lot of people played in 2. Handful played in more than 2, but it's pretty dope.
And it's just single QB.
Single QB.
Okay.
Yep. So single QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and 1 flex.
And you're playing week to week, so it's record.
So yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna be one of 2 ways. Last year, the way that we did it was head to head. And if you made it past the first week, you played whoever was in your bracket. You made it to the 3rd week, it was a square off between 3 people is what it was. And if you made it to the last week, you were automatically in the money.
A triple threat match, B.
Oh yeah, a triple threat match.
Yeah, I like it.
So I think it's either going to be that way, or I'm going to see if we could just do total points. and it would be like, 12 teams start, half the teams are chopped right away, and then 6 teams in week 2, and then half the teams are chopped, and then there's 3, same thing. So either way, the way that the math is going to work down, it's going to come down to a triple threat either way. And Tino said, is this a professional league? Because I want in.
Tino, have your people call my people. Well, Tino, just go sign up to my man's Patreon. I mean, whatchamacallit? I could shoot him the link if anything, you know what I mean? Or the link's right here, actually, right?
Yeah, fantasyfootballhustler.com. You just go there, and then it's the top link. You'll see it for Patreon.
And you know what I'm saying? Get on the $5 tier. You know what I mean? It'll be one thing. I mean, Tino, how many times you spend $5 on a pack of Raws? You know what I mean?
A couple times a week, I'm sure.
Right.
So yeah, get in that, because the group chats, I mean, we'll have a couple separate group chats in places, but I want people to get on Patreon, get in the Discord, because it makes everything easier. All the group chats will kind of be in the same place. You can kind of see what's going on in the other leagues and stuff. And yeah, it's going to be dope. The community is going to be rocking all off season. And AK, what up, Amy? Spend an hour cleaning snow off my driveway and walk out. Hilliard, Stevenson, Foreman, Abdullah. Pick 2, standard. Well, Stevenson's not playing.
Yeah, boom. We killed that one. Look at that. Yeah. Look at us.
Well, there's 3 here, so it's Hilliard, Foreman, and Abdullah.
You know what's crazy is I like Hilliard, right? For just to start off with Hilliard, I like him, but I also like Foreman, because I just like the matchup. I almost want to take both of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I think that's why.
Because Hilliard's really tricky, because it all came in one chunky one. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not saying Hilliard plus Foreman equals Derrick Henry, but like for the workload and for the volume, like both of them are going to equal his volume.
I'll say it.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about volume. That's it. Not production, not.
Yeah. Yeah,
but yeah, I'm going both.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I want to, because I can't decide one over the other. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Abdullah is just like, first of all, I was never a fan of her music. You know what I mean? And Amir Abdullah is Paula Abdullah's estranged son, and I can't rock with him.
Yeah,
I'm not. But actually, it's really just because it's just a fucking straight gamble. We don't, you know what I mean?
If he's Paul Abdul's estranged son, yeah, we're just gonna say it straight up. No Abdullah.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Ruben said, "I want in." Yeah, bro. So if you guys want to get on Patreon right now to support, it's $3. You will be charged again in January. But either way, when January comes, like the only way you're going to be able to get into this league, I mean, you still have to pay the $30 fee to get in. But that's the way that you hold your seat in one of these leagues. Because last year I dealt with a handful of people who said they wanted in, didn't pay the money, and then I had to scramble to get people like the day before the draft and shit like that. So I'm not doing it this way. I know if people are going to pay the $3, to hold their seat, that they're not going to bullshit and that they're going to pay before the draft and all that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? With 500 pennies, bro. That's all it is.
There we go. So everyone just go get in on that. And let me see. What's some other questions? Chandler said, who's been the most disappointing stash player this year? Probably Michael Thomas, right?
We don't say his name around here.
That's how disappointing he is. Nobody wants to fucking hear his name.
Fucking Frankenstein. And I love Frankenstein too.
Yeah, you know what? What did we say his name is?
It doesn't matter what your name is. Yeah, I just who else is disappointed? Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I mean, because you were stashing him for a while.
Because here's the thing: I never drafted Jerry Jeudy. I wasn't going when I was in that Jerry Jeudy range. I was going other directions in redraft. You know what I mean? And then he was just getting dropped. Like you couldn't put him in the IR. Like you know what I mean? Like people just dropping him here and there. So I ended up with a bunch of Jerry Jeudy, and I threw him in the IR and just stashed him. And then he comes back and now I need him this week. Hey, this week, week 14 with the bye week on the line. If he shows up, Who they playing? They're playing the Lions. All right, Jared Judy. It's time.
Fuck. As of right now, Cortland Sutton's in my starting lineup in the Tyrannosaurus Flex League. Just as of right now, no waiver pickups or anything, but mathematically, he's the only one that can fit there.
Listen.
And seeing and Ruben said Julio, and he said he's been a bust. And the question was, who's been the most disappointing stash? Julio definitely, because he got hurt early. You've been stashing him this whole time, and he may come back. They said he's designated.
Curtis blows Samuel.
Ooh. That's been bad.
Blows Samuel. Fuck him.
Bro, Jeff Wilson, huge stash bust right there. That's a huge one.
There it is.
Because you already knew he was hurt, same shit as Michael Thomas. But at least you got him with like a waiver wire pickup or, maybe one of the last picks in your draft, one of those. But
yeah.
And Triple X Lex said, any huge news? Nope, not today. We think a lot of teams are being real coy. And actually, here's the biggest news of the day. David Njoku was placed on COVID reserve. That's like the big Njoku.
Oh, yeah. And they're playing the Ravens. Austin Hooper's like a solid, if you have Dallas Goedert, go out and get Austin Hooper. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid play this week against one of the worst defenses against the tight end. The worst.
And Ruben, nope, no news on Kamara just yet. Tomorrow, we're going to get a lot of news. Some of it may be bullshit just because it's Wednesday, but we're going to get a lot, I'm assuming, tomorrow. And Triple X Lex said, worth picking up Antonio Brown. Season ends week 16. Nah, not if it ends week 16.
Yeah, and make sure to campaign against that next year. That's just madness. You have a whole ass extra game.
Yep.
An extra week, I should say.
Yep. I'll never campaign for week 18. But I would say now, the last week of the season, I'd rather have it in week 18 than week 16 if I'm choosing, just because now the way that the playoffs work and everything, there's more teams that actually have something to play for on the last week of the season. Unlike whenever they made this change to where it's 7 playoff teams and only 1 bye team.
But pretty soon here, math for the NFC, that's like the math between Packers and the Cards. It's just really a race to the first one to get to 14. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Yeah.
As of right now, what is it? An even schedule gets you the number 7 seed as of right now, because I believe it's the 49ers at the 7 seed at 6-6.
Right.
And then it's like the Eagles, at 6-7, Vikings at 5-7, and then Panthers, Falcons, Saints all at 5-7. All those guys are really bringing up the rear for the 8-9, and whatever seed.
So the Saints they're not gonna drop one against the Jets. So I could pencil them in to move up, right?
And really, it's Washington and the Niners both at 6-6 at the 6 and 7 seeds. Rams, they're at the 5 seed at 8-4. So they may have that one locked up.
Okay, you want to bowl? Yeah.
And Devin said, what up, fellas? I'm definitely in some of those playoff drafts. Hell yeah, bro. And you got signed up on Patreon already too. And anyone signed up as a YouTube member as well, we'll make sure as long as you're on the Epic tier, the $5 one, that'll count as well. Most people are on both if you're so you definitely want to do this. The shit was super fun last year. It was way better than letting fantasy end after week 17, let me tell you.
Listen, man, this is for the real degenerates. You know what I mean? Not these old casual fantasy enthusiasts that get mad at fantasy and they don't even want to and then they get a call from me and I'm like, hey bro, you want to do this playoff league? Oh, fuck that. What? I'm trying to act like I got cooties or something when I come at you playing a fantasy playoff league. Listen, this is only for real degenerates.
But it's fun. Trust me. It's not as hard as people think. You're still, there's a little bit of strategy.
It's you know what this is though? It's bad for people like me because before the draft, I'm going to try to create the path of which team I think goes far and then draft players from there. And then someone like the Bears against the Eagles in what was that, in week I know 2018, and I lose. I lose all my players. I had all the Bears. I'm like, why did I have all the Bears? You know what I mean? So it is. There's some strategy here too, though. You know what I mean?
And then it's finding the fine line on when do you draft a guy who's on the number one team, where they have a bye.
Yeah, because you know what? Like last year in our draft, number 1 and 2 was Mahomes and Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Like if Kyler Murray's in that thing and he has a bye week, someone's gonna grab Kyler Murray. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Who's to say you can't just double back around and grab your starting QB after, like later? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I got to check because I don't remember how many bench spots and stuff that we're going to have, but it's going to be pretty short benches. What?
It has to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because every week, I mean, teams are going to get knocked out, but their players are not going to go back into the player pool.
Is it only going to be... Oh, word? Okay. So
yeah, so there will be players, on other teams you'll be able to pick up, but the player pool is just going to keep getting thinner and thinner.
Oh yeah. You mean when a team loses in reality? Yeah.
Oh no. When a team loses, well, in reality and in fantasy. So like when a fantasy team loses, their team doesn't go back into the player pool.
Yeah, that's right. Because we're going head to head. It's not like.
Well, I don't know if we're going head to head or not yet. It depends because I like the overall scoring better because there were some teams that kind of squeaked by just having, easy matchups or whatever. And I feel like the top scoring teams.
That's how you eliminate that. You know what I mean? We go full on January Royal Rumble.
That's what it is.
Everybody.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. AK, what up, Amy? Good looking on the super chat. Drop Muth for Conklin. Drop Carter for Hilliard.
Drop Carter for Hilliard, but I'm not dropping Muth for Conklin.
I want Conklin, but I don't want to drop Muth.
Yeah, me neither. And you know what? Actually, shit, man. Conklin's going to be a thing because with the absence of Thielen for real.
Yeah.
Or a thing.
Yeah. Him and Osborne. I think both are going to be things.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. So who else you got? Who else you got on your squad, Amy, that you might be able to drop? Because I'd almost drop Carter for Conklin, but it, depends on how bad you need a running back, things like that too. Nan Daddy said, I'm in a league where the guy literally picked up everyone from the Raiders. Imagine the bye week.
Hey, man, you know what? I love those guys. I love those guys in the league. And there's always a super homer. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna reach his fuck. Like he's probably in the first round. He's like he can grab Kelsey, but I'm getting Waller right here. He thinks he played everybody. Gotcha.
Yeah, Steezy A. Smith. What up, bro?
Shout out to Steezy.
And he said, "Oh shit, it's the first time I'm seeing Hustler without the shades." Yeah, I pull those out for the nighttime shows.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Me having a history from the underworld, you're rarely gonna find a picture with me without glasses, bro. Because I don't want to be digitally scanned on these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
The feds be.
And C-Dog said, any Thielen update? Yeah, we got an update, bad and good. I mean, we already know he's not going to be playing for like the next 2 games.
He's finito. Don't be soft on him. He's done so.
No, but they did say that he's probably the first MRI say he's not going to have surgery. There's
too many variables we need to bring him back.
We
need them to not lose this game, first of all.
Yeah.
If they don't win this game, I'm just penciling him and Cook out for the rest of the year.
Yep. And someone asked about Swift.
Actually, sorry, I said this earlier. 2 games. This game and the next, it's finito.
Yep. And someone asked about Swift, and my bad, I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. Don't really remember who it was. And but same thing with Swift. Why are they going to bring him back? They may just sit him out for the rest of the season.
You know what? But I like that crazy Dan Campbell. He got himself a taste of winning. And he's going to be like, Swift, you want to know what winning's like? He's going to bring him back, bro. I'm speaking into existence. They're going to finish the year strong and be like the Dolphins for all those years. Remember the Dolphins? They're always be hella hype. And they'll finish the game winning 5 straight. But you know what I'm saying? And then the next year, they ain't shit again. You know what I mean? That's how the Lions might finish here. Let's look at their schedule.
No, their schedule is trash. Like,
Yeah, let's look at it because this week they got
the Broncos this week.
Broncos.
They got the Cardinals. They got the Falcons, and then that's their easiest game the rest of the way. And then they got the Seahawks, and then they got the Packers to close it out.
Yeah, see, okay, they're not bringing him back. Hey, listen, man. Hopefully he's there for the Falcons game. Give me the Falcons game.
Like for what, right? Like moral support. Like, I mean, at this point, like Antonio said, don't put that Swift bad juju on me, Hustler. I'm just being honest on, like, you know, like, come on, the Lions are not playing for shit. They're 1-10-1.
and you know, he's gonna be the heartbeat of that team, Swift. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a team because they're built heavy on that line. That line is for them being a bad team, the line's really good. You know what I mean?
And I can't remember who it was, but someone, you know, higher up in the front office said that they're not going to take a chance of like re-injuring him, you know, if he's not coming back, you know, 100%.
That's why I like that crazy Dan Campbell, man.
Hey, because, you never know. Let's see what AK says. I have Gordon I could drop, otherwise Debo, Swift, Mixon, and Waddle, Sony.
Yeah, if you need to, who's he picking up?
Because
Gordon's the only one I would drop out of them if I need.
So she asked the question about Muth, Conklin, and then Carter for Hilliard.
Okay, listen. I wouldn't drop anyone because you don't want Gordon to go somewhere else and then he kicks your ass later on down the road. Like you see him in somebody's flex against you and you're like, fuck. You know, because it's that time of year. People are clamoring for all kind of running backs.
Yep.
So I can't really.
So and so you're holding Muth over Conklin because you think Adam Thielen's out for the whole year, right?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing too: is like, you know what? I probably like Conklin better. It's just like the Steelers are trying to get in this thing. They have a record that shows that they can still.
This past week, I believe he got 11 targets.
What's up?
I said this past week, I believe he had 11 targets. He had 7 catches.
You talking about Conklin?
Conklin.
Yeah. And Thielen left that game early too.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Conklin, bro. I might make the conscious decision to drop Freiermuth for Conklin.
Yeah.
And is this a PPR? Because then even faster I would do it.
I think she plays in a standard. Amy, double check. Is that standard league?
Still, even in the standard, I'd still take Conklin. He's a red zone target, and I trust Cousins more than I do Big Ben,
especially the way that
But this week,
right now. And Amy's standard.
I don't know about Conklin this week immediately though, but for the long haul, and I don't know if we could be thinking that way, right? If we need now, I'm rocking with Muth on that side against Minnesota.
Yeah. It's ugly. And David said maybe I could trade Swift to some dumbass not paying attention. Try to do it, bro. Try to do it.
Hey,
get
man.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get people in your league that can't read, bro. You say, oh, what does the O stand for, bro? It stands for outstanding, bro.
And Steezy, he said, it's crazy, Bogard. I ain't never seen you in seen you without shades, shades either.
Neither has the rest of the world, B. You know what I'm saying? We was in the cut. You know what I mean? Hey, people that know me, they trip out when they're like, "Hey, you're all on camera talking fantasy football." They trip out, bro.
Oh yeah.
We ain't from. We're from the underworld, bro. We don't put the cameras away.
And Steezy said, "Who's more valuable pass catching with Thielen's injury, Osborne or Conklin?"
Osborne. I mean, Conklin's the other one. Conklin. You know why? Because tight ends are so scarce. That's why it's more valuable. I'm not gonna just jump out the window and trust Osborne all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Even though he's been like a consistent WR4, it's not like he's gonna get a super uptick. This is a Gary Kubiak system, right? It's his son, right? You know what I mean? So the tight ends always have a move tight end. That's what they call it, right? The move tight end.
Yep.
I mean, that's why we were excited for Irv Smith Jr. and You pooed? Okay, let's go later. I'll go change you. We were excited for Irv Smith Jr. Then who was the other buddy that came after him? He died too.
I can't remember what his name is at this point.
Right?
It was Irv Smith, and
I want to say there was one more guy that got hurt after that. Or it might have just been Irv Smith and then
Conklin was behind him.
It was Conklin. No, because they traded for sorry ass Chris Herndon.
Oh yeah. Chris Herndon, yeah.
It's so crazy because we cover everything. Like we legit, you could go find us covering that somewhere.
And Team Money says, I think it's finally time you stop hating on my boy Renfro. He's a wide receiver too. Put some respect on his name. I don't think anyone's ever been hating on him. I just said that
all we said is he got an old face. That's all we said. We're
like a 50-year-old trapped in a 24-year-old body.
I'm very consistent on my Hunter Renfro stance. Is that he's awesome in PPR and he has an old face. The dude has the face of a 60-year-old.
His birthday is December 21st.
Hey man, shout out to he's like at the cusp, but you know what I mean? Shout out to all the Sagittarius.
25 years old, but looks like he's 45, you know, like
bruh his face is 3 times his age.
So funny. And but yeah, it's true. And really for me, it was always he just didn't have the upside with the touchdown upside. But if Darren Waller's not there and he's getting close to double-digit targets again.
Yeah, and you know what? Fuck him. By the way, fuck Hunter Renfro actually, because he fucked up all my Foster Moreaus. I'm smart. Why didn't I view that? I was like, I just did the simple fantasy math. You remove Waller, insert Moreau. You know what I mean? But then they actually can't. And I forget, there is no John Gruden there no more. So they might actually have remnants of some creativity because it's been, and you know what? It's actually been Hunter Renfro drawing up a lot of these plays, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. I mean,
supposedly,
why aren't you going to draw up plays where you're the main focal point?
Right. I mean, he's very wise beyond, he's wise for his age. I mean, look at his face.
And let me see. And Kason's on Twitch, what up? Said I'm in the playoffs going up against the number 1 guy. Eckler, Mixon, and Debo are questionable. Do you think I'll be able to play them?
You know what? Keep hope alive.
Yeah.
I think the Joe Mixon one worries me because he has a history, and this is the neck. This is not the foot joint that we're always used to him having. You know what I mean? And we've seen them be very delicate with neck injuries this year in the league. You know what I mean? So I'm very concerned with Joe Mixon. So just go ahead and make sure you go and claim some Samaje Perine. You know what I'm saying? Because he also has pass catching capability, and that's how you beat my Niners. You really want to gash him up with the pass catching running back because we're very aggressive with the pass rush. And that's how you diffuse it, right? So I would just put a claim in for him. And the same thing for Eckler, man. Like Eckler, just because most waivers run tonight. So I like Roundtree over Justin Jackson. You know what I mean? I feel like whenever you have someone who's actually talented like Justin Jackson, but you still feel the need to draft another running back, I think that's the guy who's the number 2 because he has looked better too. So, you know what I mean? And then Debo, man, I think it would be smart not to bring him back, but I think because everything's a must win, we're probably going to bring him back too early.
Man, I just want Debo to come back and be good. That's all I want. I don't want him to come back and get hurt in the first game or come back and get hurt like at the end of the first game and then not be able to play anymore. Must win for the Niners right now at 6-6.
And here's another thing too. If Debo plays and there's no Mitchell and there's no Jeff Wilson, Jermichael Hasty probably gets got a lot by Debo. But now, for example, if there is no Debo and there is no Mitchell and there is no Jeff Wilson, it's only Hasty, bro. And he would be a strong RB2 for me this week.
Yeah. Oh, man. It is getting ugly, but it's that time of year where you got to make all the waiver wire pickups. You guys got to be paying attention every single
I'm hella hot, bro. I'm hella hot because I always beat the waiver. And then I drop those motherfuckers to pick up other shit to speculate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you watch the games, they're on your bench on sleeper, and then I'm like, all right, let me go grab some guys from the Sunday nighter. Okay, boom, drop them. Let me grab some guys from Monday. You know what I mean? But I had Jermichael Hasty everywhere, and then I dropped him everywhere yesterday, not seeing that Elijah Mitchell came back with the dizzies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second day dizzies, bruh. They put him back in the game. I thought he was straight.
C-Dog said, am I able to play DK now since Thielen is out? It's either him or I have to go to waivers. Yeah, I think DK is just a guy you don't sit.
Yeah, you just got to play DK. I mean, here's the thing, man. There's a couple big ones he could have had, man. Where like somebody made a play on the ball or like Russ was a little off. Like they're gonna connect again soon, bro. Like it's gonna happen in time for our fantasy playoffs, bro. Like and the week 14, who they got? Oh shit, maybe not this week. He got Ramsey, but next week I tell you, because the Seahawks. Oh, hold on, is it the Seahawks Rams this week or is it Rams Cards?
Hold on.
The Seahawks got the Texans, bro. Fire up DK.
Yep, and then they got the Rams next week. They got the Bears the week after that, and then the Lions in championship week.
And Seattle's D's actually been they've been great for the last 8 weeks. They've only given up one receiving touchdown. And like, I mean, man, fuck Travis Homer. Fuck him. Fuck. Next question.
And C-Dog said
I'm gonna stop praising the Seahawks.
Any shot at a Henry return. I mean, it's a shot in the dark. Like, that's really what it is right now because we have no idea. But for moral support, like Bogey says, we just keep him on the squad. Hopefully you got an IR spot that you can tuck him in.
Hey, I can't bring myself to drop him, bro, because someone else is going to pick him up like they're smart, bro. I'm going to hold on to him, even if, like, somehow, some way he comes back week 17, bro, where he's in there. He's going right in the lineup. I don't give a fuck.
Because watch, here's what's going to happen. You know, there's some time in the future when you're going to go back and you're going to look at your past rosters. And it only shows you, like, what the final roster was. So if you drop Derrick Henry, you're going to be like, what the fuck happened in this season? You know, and you're just totally going to forget that you had Derrick Henry.
You know what's funny, too, is I do fully expect him to come back in January, though. You know what I mean? And I don't like it either because that could fuck him up. Like,
it could.
Julian Edelman, I know is a different player, smaller cat, this, that, and the third, right? But he's the more recent guy I can remember having that surgery and having that injury. You know what I mean? And it took him damn near a year and a half to look like him again. You know what I mean? Like cutting all crazy. Yeah.
And Niner MMA 86 says Debo is the best RB in the league. Dude, he's legit. He's legit at RB.
Hey, he's so good at RB. He's a wide receiver.
Like, man, could you imagine if Debo had ran enough wide receiver plays to be able to get the running back wide receiver, you know, like corduroy pimping that eligibility? Well,
the only way that happens is if a team designates him as such. You know what I mean?
Because I thought like the next year it was always based on the way, like the amount of snaps or whatever that they played at said position.
See, if the platforms are like that, that's fucking awesome. Because to my knowledge, it's based on what the league does. So like Jalen, whatever the fuck his name was, he in the combine, he tested at what's his name? Jalen Samuels, right?
Yeah.
He tested as a tight end and he tested as a running back. So Yahoo gave him both designations. You know what I mean? Taysom Hill was controversial last year because the fact that he runs everything. See, ESPN's probably the one that does the snap shit because he would play snaps as quarterback, tight end, and running back. So like, just put him in either or. You know what I mean? And so people were having him a QB in their fucking tight end last year.
Because like Corduroy right now, do you know he's listed as a safety on the Falcons depth chart, right?
Yeah, because he might play safety sometimes. So, but see, that sucks because if Sleeper picked that up, Corduroy's right there in my IDP spot. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine? Like, that is ultimate cheat code, like right there. If Corduroy, like it's already a cheat code where you can play a linebacker at a DB spot.
See, that's one where like people will complain like that. Like we'll get questions like that, like, hey guys, question in my league, you know, there's a guy, he's putting in Cordero Patterson in the thing, like, and we all voted that he can't do that. And I'd be, you know what I'd say? I'd say they're all pussies because they're mad that they don't have corduroy. If he is labeled and something that we could put him in, we're finna do that. There's no moral here like, oh, he's really a wide receiver. I'm stays in my wide receiver spot. No, it's ill that we could put a running back in our wide receiver spot because when he was with New England, he was only designated as a running back. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I even because there was a lot of people coming up with the Taysom Hill questions, about that shit. Like, is it okay? Is it right that they're able to do that? And said, you guys should have looked at that and known in the preseason that this could have been an issue. You guys should have talked about it then. So I say you let it ride, and it was only 1 week where you were able to do that, and then it came back out. They changed them to just having a QB designation, and that was it. So sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake says, not our fault. Our coach has lost its spot. Yeah, Carroll is losing it. Yeah, Bogard talks about that all the time. Pete Carroll is losing it. Guys, senile.
He's no. He's old and senile. That's a real thing. You know what I mean? Because he can't help it. It's because he's so elderly. He doesn't know where he's at.
What up, David? It's going down, bro. And C-Dog said, I had Taysom Hill in my tight end spot last year when he played QB. It got me to the playoffs. There you go, bro. And everyone was last year I was doing the Q&As just like I'm doing it, this year. And when that news broke that he was going to start, I was telling everyone, pick up Taysom Hill right now, especially if you play on ESPN where you can put him in your tight end spot. And we as a 420 crew last year, we dominated that week if you played on ESPN. Last year, I mean. And C-Dog said, and all the people say about his positions, and know that if they have that player, they would do the same thing. Hell yeah, they would. Hell yeah, they would. Just mad. Yep, just mad that you were the one who got him and not them. Steezy said, Pete over his head. He's lost his touch. Hell yeah, I've been terrible at drafting too. 5 and 6 seasons. Yep. Hell yeah, man. And still trying to stick with the run when you got no running backs, trying to play the same style of defense when you don't got the same style of players. Yeah, they're all fucked up over there. They need to get their shit together. The defense is looking a little bit better now, but then I think Jamal Adams got hurt too. We're going to know more info on this real soon, but I think he got hurt in last week's game too. And Devin said, love my Hawks though. Wish we played Superflex every week. Hell yeah. Antonio said, Hill got me the number 1 seed last year. Hell yeah, bro. And I just looked in Stu's league, and even though you lost, Antonio, you still, I know you would have been the number 1 seed, but you're still in the number 2 seed right now. You're still in a position of power, bro.
Hey, what am I in that league? I haven't looked yet.
You're still in the mix right there. Because I just beat you, but everyone lost except for Francisco. They played each other, and so it's Francisco's number 1 at 10-3, Antonio's number 2 at 9-4 with the points. You're at third, 9-4, and you got more points than James Coe, who's also 9-4 at number 4. And then I'm 8-5, and I've got more points than James Coe. So I could leapfrog a little bit. And then Stu is at 7-6.
So we can all agree. Fuck James Coe. I'll just play. Shout out to James Coe. I love James Coe.
Yeah, James Coe's the man. and yep, and then it's Jay Peasy and JC Money at 6 and 7. And Jay Peasy has more points than Stu, and JC Money has only 11 less points than Stu. So
we got a tight race for the last season.
So Stu's yep. And of course, I play a tough game. I go up against Francisco.
Ooh.
This one's going to be tough. Uh-oh. Bogey went into the Matrix a little bit. Let's see. Oh, and Bogey goes up against Stu in the last week. And as of right now, Stu's...
Hey, I bet you $10 Stu's going to pop up in the chat right now.
That'd be funny.
Hey, look. You're going down, Stu.
That's going to be a big one.
I need that second seed because I was first or second all year. In the last 2 weeks, I dropped down, even still winning. You feel me? Still, and then I took you broke my little 3-week winning streak. You know what I mean? I like that. I don't like that a lot at all.
And then here we go, Antonio versus Jay Peasy. So, like I said, Jay Peasy's right on the outside, looking in. And then, Adam Rank goes up against James Coe. So that sucks. Free win for James Coe. And Adam Rank's got Jonathan Taylor on the bye.
My son just took the biggest dump that makes a father proud. I was like, damn, son.
And then Clark goes up against Schmitty. And then JC Money goes up against Marcus Grant.
Yes, son. What you
So if Bogart beats Stu, but Bogart's set to lose by like 30 points right now. At least that's what the projections say.
I mean,
if Bogart beats Stu and JC Money outscores Stu and wins by like 12 or 13 points plus, JC Money is in.
So JC Money, he needs all kind of variables. So, but all I heard was I need to beat Stu. I got you, JC.
I mean, pretty much everyone's in it. Like the top 5, I think we've already claimed the playoff spots for the top 5.
Yeah, we're in there already. It's just us vying, or what is this? Vying? What's the word I'm looking for? Fighting?
Volleying for position.
Vying for the second seed?
Yeah. So
I'm supposed to know good English.
And the only way that I could get there's no way that I could get the second seed.
Yeah, no, listen.
And if Antonio wins, he's got it secured. Nobody could catch him on the points.
Yeah, but Antonio, show no mercy and just whoop up Hustler. Because
no, he's not playing me. He's
playing Francisco. Oh,
I'm playing Francisco.
Yeah.
Antonio's playing JPZ. So JPZ's on the outside looking in as well. Where if JPZ wins and Stu loses, he's in because as long as he scores more points.
The bottom of his league.
What?
Where's Marcus Grant at? He's like at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, he's 10th now. Yeah, he's out of it. Look, so the top 8 teams are the ones who are still mathematically in it.
Woo! I like it. It's a race.
Yeah, the top 5 have already in it. So I mean, it's really, it's really because even if I lose, even if I lose, Stu, he won't catch me in points. I mean, he'd have to outscore me by over 100 points, like 140 points or something. So worst I could do is the 5th seed at this point. And it all depends on who loses in front of me. If when I beat Francisco, it all depends on who loses in front of me because I theoretically could get up to the. I mean, I could leapfrog you. It would be tough. I would need to outscore you by.
Hold on. That's not in the plans.
There's a lot of range of outcomes. Already
laid it out. I've been to the multiverse. I found the one that works best in my favor. Where I end up with the 2nd seed.
And JC Money threw it out there. He said, "Stu, I need you to beat this for me, Bogard."
Hold on. If Francisco, who's number 1? Francisco?
Yeah.
Francisco loses to you, and I beat Stu. Me and you's number 1 and 2, bro. Let's go.
Nah, we can't. You'd be tied with Francisco, and he's got you.
He got points on.
You can't catch Antonio or Fran. No one can catch them in points. They're outscoring everyone by a crazy amount. So
which one of them got JT? Oh no, none of them.
No, yeah, because Adam Rank has them. Let's see. So Francisco's got Murray. I mean, he's got a bunch of people on bye. I mean, he's got Pittman, Waddle, Wentz, Aguilar on bye. He's got all them in the starting lineup. He's got guys like Darren Waller, Debo, DJ Moore, Swift, Aaron Jones. That's his bench. So his bench is pretty stacked too.
Wow, he drafted phenomenally.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm projected to lose by 30 because I have Mac Jones still, and I got to put what's his name, Rodgers in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I got some options over there. And you know what's fucked up is I keep dropping the hotness before it's hot. I'm hella mad.
Yeah.
I'm always on the start holding motherfuckers, and I just shuffling around playing the game and play it.
Yeah, Antonio's got a really good team too. I mean, he's got Mahomes, Eckler, Barkley, Lockett, Brown, Andrews, Carr, Connor, Kirk, Gage, Wagner, Mosley, Roquan Smith, Devin White. So really it's his IDP is fucking solid as hell. So I know that's one of the reasons why he's one of the top scoring teams.
Yeah, I remember I played him and it was on a Thursday, bro. I forget who he had, but he was already whooping me up by like 40. I was like, fuck. It's just one of his IDPs and shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. It's coming down to the wire. So this Friday, I'm going to do a Hustler League. This Friday, we're going to figure out how to do the recap. So I'm going to be on the road. Going to be in a different setting. Going to be in Minnesota.
When do you come back?
Saturday.
Okay.
It's crazy. So when I fly over there, I lose 3 hours. So I think I leave at like 6 o'clock in the morning, but I'm not going to get there till like 12, in the afternoon. Like the flight's 3 hours, but it's more like 5 hour flight's 4 hours or something, but the plus 2 hours or whatever it is. But on the way,
like when I go to Hawaii, I'm going all the way back in the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like the trip, I think it only because it's a 5 hour flight, but you're going backwards like 3 hours, So same shit here. Like when I leave, I'm only it's going to be like I'm leaving at like 12 noon, but I'm getting there at 1 o'clock.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I experienced that when I shroom. I just lose. I don't know what happened to all the hours.
Hell yeah. Time slows down like crazy.
Yes, several hours.
And Antonio said, I'm going to have a bad week if Allen don't play. Yeah, and maybe Eckler. Yeah, that would be tough because I know those are two of the your top hitters on the squad. Either way, you're in. But yeah, the top.
You know what scares me? Here's what scares me. On top of the injuries concerning me, right? Is the fact that they'll look over and it's fucking Frank Brom. What's the fuck his name? Jake Brom?
Jake from State Farm.
Drake from State Farm. I like that. Now I want him to be a thing.
He's never going to be a thing.
But he's never going to be a thing. They know they're going to look across the field and be like, man, we don't even need to play our guys, bro. We're going to smack these fools up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking Jake from.
They're going to smack the Giants. But it would be tell me it wouldn't be such a Chargers thing to drop this one to the Giants, though, right?
They always play down to their competition.
Don't say always. Just there's a curse on them or something.
Well, I mean,
because come on,
a lot of their previous history before Herbert got there, because Herbert's helped them overcome a lot of bullshit. When you got someone that's that good on the squad, you overcome a lot of the bullshit. You even overcome a lot of coaching mistakes, things like that. And Herbert was that good to where he overcame all the bad coaching and everything that was going on.
You know what's funny? Hey, Phillip Rivers, he was kind of a miserable curmudgeon, huh? Like he was just like, but he was a Christian, so he would just instead of curse words, all Farfig Nugans and fiddle-de-dees and shit like that. You know what I mean? But he was always like miserable as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you got that many kids, you got 4. Could you imagine 11 of them just like running around and like screaming and stuff? And like, man.
But you know what? And then he's like, all right, I'm going to play football. He ain't never around, bro. And then you know what he does? How about this? He probably was like, he should have been a better signal caller because as a father with like 11 kids, you're yelling at all these motherfuckers all day.
Yep.
Same shit. Being a quarterback.
And Chandler said with college fantasy football becoming a big thing, with all the NFL stuff, would you play? So I'm not going to play in a season-long college, but literally every week since I've started on Super Draft Pro, we have, 4 contests a week doing that where I get to set 4 college lineups. And I'm not going to lie. I'm just copying JC Money Designs lineups at this point because he's getting money every week.
JC Money actually watched the game, so his insight is really dope. You know what I mean? And then after a while, it becomes algorithmic. You know what I mean? When you can start seeing trends and shit just by looking at the numbers, especially after the season's been going on. We got a bunch of data. It's not really like a guessing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's why you guys got to get on Super Draft Pro. So if you're on the GMM network right now, click the link in the description, click Bogart's link. And if you're on my YouTube channel, just make sure you click the link in the description or in the chat. It's sdhustler.com. But yeah, you guys got to go get on this. This shit is fun. So like, especially like after season long ends, we're going to be on this like all the time. This is what's going to keep us going with fantasy football. Like we're going to have the playoff leagues, but literally we're going to have Super Draft Pro all the way through. I mean, it's year round, but for football, we got it all the way through the Super Bowl. This is going to be dope.
This thing don't stop.
Oh yeah. And Triple X Lex says time isn't real, so shrooms you can't tell time. That was my thought on that.
This is accurate. I can attest to this.
Yeah, I concur. And Steezy said Trayvon Diggs might shadow Scary Terry this week, so that's what scares me, though. Diggs has been a bit inconsistent in coverage, so Scary could light him up on it.
He's better Marcus Peters.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with, a guy like Scary Terry, you don't have to get that many balls, you don't have to get that many receptions to be able to, like, do your thing and be a wide receiver, too. And if Diggs gets an interception, the only thing that means is Scary Terry missed out on points on that play. It doesn't affect him as negative in a negative way.
You know what? And Scary Terry is a true burner on top of being a phenomenal route runner. You know what I mean? So he can beat him in both ways, boy, speed or just a double move on his ass at one point. The one I'm more concerned with Terry McLaurin is that if you are trying to go deep to McLaurin down the field, is he going to have time to let that play develop? Because that pass rush is ferocious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why most teams attack them with the tight end. They're very susceptible to the tight end because over that middle is where they're hitting motherfuckers off, because you can't get time to develop a big play down the field. And that's how you diffuse pass rush.
They got to get back to the middle of the season when he was getting double-digit targets, in damn near every single game. Because in the last 4 weeks, I mean, he's gotten 8, 7, 7, and then 5 this week. It's been all bad, but they could turn it around, though, because they did have a tough schedule over the last week.
WR2.
Yeah. Yep.
WR2.
Yep. They got to get some shit back on track. I mean, they played the Panthers a couple weeks ago. I mean, the Raiders, that was a tough game.
What does help?
What?
I hate to say it, but it helps McLaurin with no Logan. Now you got to start scheming him more. Like ever since Logan came back, they were scheming Logan into the game plan a lot, because that's what Scott Turner's system is. All the way going back to his pappy, Norv Turner. You know what I mean? They always use a tight end. I mean, even when they were together in Carolina, it was Greg Olsen all day was a focal point. That's what they were using Logan Thomas as last year and this year. McLaurin has got to be the focal point again now, because there is no Logan Thomas. And with McLaurin being there, that helped Logan Thomas. Because now, you know what I mean? Defenses are, you know what I mean? He's going unaccounted for, because you got to account for McLaurin.
Yep.
So now just force feed him, bro. But this isn't the match to do it, though. That's what sucks. And they don't have a tight end. I mean, I don't know where Ricky Seals was practicing last week, but he didn't play. You know what I mean?
Bates is nothing. So whatever. I mean, Bates isn't going to be a thing.
John Bates. Here's the thing. As soon as Logan Thomas left the game, Logan Thomas already did everything he did. And then John Bates comes in there, gets like 4 for 40 or something like that, 3 for 40.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, that's how they utilize the tight end. Like, he came in there and right away he was being used. So if they say that there's no Ricky Seals-Jones, I like John Bates as a streamer. This morning I have a bunch of claims in on John Bates. I like to do my claim. I'm 21 leagues. I get up in the morning, get the kids off to school, boom, get these waivers in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta get it in early. You feel me?
Hell yeah. I mean, let's not forget the Raiders. Let's not forget how ass the Raiders are, though, against the tight end.
Against the tight end.
Yeah.
But this is how you attack the Cowboys. I'm just saying, if I have a Dallas Goedert and I can't get my hands on a Gerald Edward or we mentioned another streaming tight end earlier. Who else did we mention? I guess Ricky Seals Jones, right? If
Conklin, is that who you're thinking about?
Conklin's another guy. Like if he's out, you know what I mean. Like the landscape's so bad. If you can't get any of those guys, that's when you start looking at a John Bates.
Yep. And Ruben laughing at the Jake Fromm State Farm, and he said, "Is Danny Dimes playing?" Nope, it's Jake Fromm. So that's his name. I mean, we're just trying to think of a nickname to give him so we can remember who he is.
Yep. That's fucking hilarious. Jake from State Farm. That's a good one.
And Ruben said, "Any news on Logan Thomas's knee?" Nothing yet. Nothing yet. He's not playing this week, like for sure. You could count him out.
Listen, I think we won't see him the rest of the year.
Probably not.
For the rest of the season, I mean. Because they said that he was lucky he escaped a major injury, but it's still like a substantial injury. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If they put him on, here's the thing though, they're not going to put him on IR because then he would have to be shut down the rest of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
He's already been put on IR once this year. That's how it works.
Let me see. Where's Joe's? I got you, Joe. So, yeah, it was kind of tough to keep up with the chat when we were just talking. Yeah, we didn't answer every single question. Good looking on telling me the timestamp. I was able to find it real quick and easy. And Joe said, "Hey, guys, I have the Patriots D and kicker. The only player I can afford to drop is Logan. Do you guys drop the Pats player for the 49ers D? 49ers, Seahawks, Chargers, add Prater, or keep the Pats players?" I mean, I'll drop Logan Thomas. Like we already talked about this. Just now. So perfect timing.
I mean, listen, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's not going to play for this next 4 weeks. And so if he comes back and you're in your Super Bowl, cool. I'm not even banking on that. I'm dropping Thomas. But I also want to say, because I'm on record and I'm consistent, holding kickers and multiple kickers at that, it's just insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really, it's because Falk's been so damn good.
Yeah, and Logan Thomas is droppable right now, so that's why it's okay. Because, man, Nick Folk, it's goddamn, we're holding on to kicker. Remember he was so ass with the Jets?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because the Jets never get in scoring in the field goal range even.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
But yeah, so I think for the D, I'm picking up the Chargers going up against Jake Fromm. As far as the kicker goes, I mean, it really depends on how bad you need to win. Do you need to score, most points possible? All those kind of things. Because at this point, you got to do what you got to do to put yourself in prime position. So you may have to drop the kicker. I'd probably still hold the D. I mean, the D, they play the Colts week 15, week 16, they play the Bills, and then week 7, they play the Jags. You got to hold them.
You don't drop the Patriots D.
Yeah, you got to hold them.
Yeah. You don't want to be in your fantasy playoffs and this opponent across your motherfucking way got New England in there. And
yep.
Fuck.
It would suck. And Joe said, "Thanks, bro. Love y'all. Love y'all channel." Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And let's see. And last one here. Ruben said, "I have Pitts and he's kind of iffy AF." Definitely. Should I pick up Conklin? Yes, pick up Conklin. I mean, the Steelers, though, they're not the best to stream in. That's for sure. But it might just be addition by subtraction.
And then Pitts plays. Yeah, listen, by addition by subtraction, I'd play him. I think he's going to get volume. You know what I mean? But then you also got, what's his name? Pitts. He's going against Carolina. Hey, I might play Conklin over Pitts, bro.
Yeah, because, even though, the Steelers, they're giving up the 10th fewest points. But let's see where the Panthers.
But he's gonna be lined up as a slot receiver a lot. That's the thing.
Yeah. Panthers, they're right there. They're giving up the 11th fewest points to tight end. So either way, they're both in the same spot. And I just
I just don't like the target market share that Pitts is getting. I might be
horrible
about this, but I just, you know what I mean? Because I don't know his exact numbers right now.
Dang it. And JC Money said, where's second take? We need his basketball picks. Yeah, bro. Where are those basketball picks? But so actually we might be able to do it whenever you get home from work, JC. Maybe we got no graphic or anything, but we could go live and I could just do it and go through some of these picks here. Go through some of these picks here real soon. Let me see. Let me just pull this up.
The super draft thing.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
I hit. Bogey, tell them about your night last night on Super Draft Pro. You hit B.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't even look at it, but I know like I put in the same lineup pretty much, just in variations, and I'm pretty sure my Damian Harris one is the one that hit. I had him in my champion spot. Then I put Stevenson in the co-champion. And then I had Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy as I had Gabe Davis in one of my joints, but not that one.
Yeah, you did. So you hit second. You were second place.
I think Steamboat was like 5 spots behind me, right? Hey, it's funny because I was drinking last night watching the game, and I get a couple beers in me. I'm like, let's get a couple caps and some stems in me too. And then like I get a call from Steamboat. He's like, bro, he's like, you're number 1 right now. I'm like, what? And I'm like, don't jinx it. So I finished number 2.
You finished number 2. I finished number 4.
Nice.
And so you hit for $60 in one contest out of the 120, 60% of the monthly fee right there.
Listen, from just in football, from Thursday night football to Monday night, I made well over $100. I think, well, not well over. I made like $107.
So Steamboat, I don't think is on the elite, so I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, that's right. He's in the. I told his ass, I said, quick Johnson, bro. I'm like, you act like this is not like, you know what it was? It wasn't even about getting the 50% commission. It's really because I just know like this is where he fucks with it. You know what I mean? Like he fucks with the college joints, all the shit. I'm like, yo, this is for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he did say he liked it though. He's like, oh shit, okay. Once you start winning, you're like, oh, okay. And then when you see what you could have won, then you're like, man, I'm fucking up.
Yeah, and that's what I like to tell people is if you would have had this exact same lineup in this one, and this one, you would have made this much. Because if you're hitting that.
What's funny though is I'm kind of mad now that I didn't win first place.
It was close. It was
the dude have Gabe Davis in his shit?
He had
because fucking Breida.
He had Josh Allen, Damian Harris, Bass, Singletary, Folk, and Stevenson.
Okay, so Bass, man.
And Nick Folk.
It's minus points is for the kick. Like if you miss a kick.
Yeah. So you had Stevenson in the
I had Damian Harris.
You had Breida and Knox. That's what hurt you. Breida and Knox.
Yeah, fuck them both.
Yep. I had Breida also. And if I wouldn't have listened to JC Money Design, who I'm going to talk to his ass, because he was so passionate about like what he wanted to happen, he pretty much changed my mind. But he was trying to change my mind at the same time.
No, but hold on. But see, if you look at it in a vacuum, if you ask me, oh, is Matt Breida a good play? I'm going to look at it and be like,
no, I'm not talking about that. He got me. He was so passionate about Stevenson over Harris and was telling me how I got to make that switch and all that. And so I moved Harris into the regular super flex versus the champion spot. And if I had him in the champion spot, I was only 5 points away from it. So like everyone was close within the top 4. We were all close. Number 1 was 84.89. I was number 4 at 89.03.
Yeah. Damn. Ah, fuck you, Dustin Knox. There was a couple drops too, man.
Yep. And I had it was Breida who ruined it for me, really, because I had Diggs in there. I mean, he wasn't bad compared to everyone else. He had 9 points.
Yeah.
But if I would have had Harris in there at the
or even just Zach Moss, because I see that's where I fucked up. I should have just checked if he was active. And now I don't like any of them in fantasy at all. I already didn't like them, but the moment you started like benching Zach Moss, I was like, okay, maybe these other guys become a little interesting as like flex plays. You know what I mean? But now I'm just not full. If they're gonna have 3-headed running backs, I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
But
And
yeah,
JC Money said I'll be home in 15. There we go. And we'll just keep this going right now because normally I'm taking my son to American Ninja Warrior class at this time. And but I don't have the car, so he's actually with his grandma and she's taking him. And Ruben said, let me watch some games today. I'll see what I can help with basketball. So it's actually just for the Lakers and Celtics game tonight is what it is. And Antonio said, I'll be waiting for the game time. Yeah, a lot of decisions. Yeah, so we may just come back with this a little bit later tonight with this because I don't want to set a lineup and, pick Davis or LeBron James or anything like that, and then none of them play. Yeah, game starts at 10 Eastern. We got plenty of time. Yep, we're good. So we'll go through this a little bit later, but just for everyone who's who like needs to see how all this works. So super easy. I mean, you got the cash games in there, but we got all the subscription games. So right off the bat, we're coming with 4 subscription games here. Look how many people are in this one here. 180 people. That's it. Let me see. Where's the other Tuesday, 197. This is the $50 tier, the premium one. Then in the next one, we got in the $20 one, the basic one, 246. And then in the free and fun, 339. I mean, I know that there's going to be a handful more people playing, but we're going up against just like hundreds of people. And that's it. And then look, let's see how many places this one pays out. Contest details.
Hey, you know what we should do for the duration of the year? If there's a primetime game and there's some super draft pro shit, we should do an episode breaking it down because, like, we did have it right. We looked at the game, we painted out the game script, the narrative that we wanted. It was all running the ball, so we knew like we're gonna have all the running backs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then if they throw you for the loop where you gotta have at least one on the other side, right? And what I'm saying, it's almost like. Last night it was hard not to play Diggs, but you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I got to try to figure this out. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like the wind. You know what I mean? What did Diggs do? Like 3 or 4 for something?
He had let me see. I mean, I know he had 9 points. Let me see what it actually was.
It was like 4 for
yeah, 4 for 51.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Harris did good enough. Allen did good enough. Stevenson, for sure. Bolden, I mean, I had him. I played all 3, and all 3 of them did good.
See, that's
good enough in a game like this where it was shitty points all around.
Yeah, because he gets the 2-point conversion and a couple catches, and you're like, hell yeah. I think he got 1 catch, right? He got one. He got
one catch, 7 yards, the 2-point conversion, and then 28 rush yards. But his multiplier was 2.2.
Yeah.
So that's really 2 catches for 14 yards, 2 2-point conversions, and 28, times 2 or 2.2.
So, okay, I'll get it.
Yep, it ended up being pretty good, the way that it worked, playing all the running backs except Breida. I mean, Singletary, I don't even know how good or bad he did. I didn't really see him, on some of these lineups. But so for first place,
what hurt us with Breida too is he had a fumble.
Oh yeah, that made it worse for sure.
Yeah,
then they don't give him as many touches, and then we get the 2 times multiplier on that fumble. So that's some bullshit. So the NFL ones, like on Sunday, are usually like 2,000 payout for the elite ones. So this is just one of the basketball where not a lot of people are into it or playing, and so we got first place is 100, second place 50, 35, 30, 20, and you just keep going down all the way. 11 through 15th, and then 25th. So it pays all the way up to 86 places. So as of right now, a little less than half the people are winning. And if you can somehow sneak your way, into the top 10, I mean, it's going to be a decent payout, as far as for your monthly goes, because it's $100, for the month. But then you're getting into 4 of these contests every single day. Let's look at the other ones.
I was hollering at my man Steezy, but like, what's crazy is like now that I'm winning a little bit of bread, it's I feel like it's gonna be easier to like show people like, yo, this is where we're getting it right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you could just show them now. Look, I hit second in one of these tournaments. And let's see, and how many people were even in that? So 368 people were in that tournament. Like that's like nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what they say: if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh yeah, and it paid out to 129 spots.
That's awesome.
If you had 64 points, you were in the money yesterday.
You know what's funny is I know I cashed in multiple joints too last night. I just don't. This is the big one.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did too. And the big one's always nicer, you know. Fourth
Yeah,
place,
because
is
now
45 bucks.
I might have made like 150 or 160 in this past like 4 days. You know what I mean?
There you go, man. You got to be honest, so you can be telling people about it.
Yeah.
And then Ruben said, "Oh fuck, I got the other games." Yeah, so we do have. And look, if we were gonna get into like a cash game, for example, like let's see here.
Hold on, son. I'm making your sister's milk. The baby sister.
Let's see. Let's see if we're gonna get into one of these $1 joints for basketball. Okay.
Where'd you put your bowl?
Where is it?
If you want a Kit Kat, go get your bowl.
All right, here's a $1 joint for basketball.
Okay, so you're gonna buy in this cash game right here?
So they're paying up to paying up to 500th place.
How many people's in that joint already?
As of right now, 1841.
That's dope. For $1, that's bang for your buck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just
Literal
for
bang for
first place is paying out $300, and there's 3 games that it says: the Knicks and San Antonio, Brooklyn, Dallas, and then Boston and the Lakers. So let's see.
He knows where the Kit Kats is at, bro.
Oh yeah, man, my son, he's all on that too, man.
I want one.
Damn, and Jaylen Brown is out per Marcus Smart. Play Marcus Smart. All right.
Nice.
Let's see. Where's Marcus Smart's a 155. So let's see. What's the lowest? Okay, so the highest is going to be a 2 times multiplier. All right, and let's see. So Marcus Smart, yeah, 22 last game, 34, 24, yeah, 36. And is he going to get a Ruben? Is he going to get an uptick in minutes from this? I don't know what happened in the last game. Oh, maybe they were just winning by so much they rested him a little bit because he only played 23 minutes in the last game. But yeah, he's averaging anywhere from 32 to 37 minutes before that. All right, so let's get Marcus Smart in there for Ruben. All right, and Chandler said take Schroeder. Where is Schroeder? Schroeder, he's a forward, right? Where's Schroeder? Where is he at? Tell me, guys. Where's Schroeder? Chandler said Schroeder put up 21, 6 and 6 against the Lake Show last game. He's good in the beginning of the season, and he's pissed at the Lakers. So what position does he play? Is he a forward? Oh, point guard. Okay, guard. All right. Here we go. Okay, Schroeder. There we go. And he's been on the uptick shit. Put up on the last game 52, 35 the game before that. All right. Let's get Schroeder up in the lineup too. We'll just go with the 2 guards from the Celtics. Let's go. And who else, guys? I need another guard. I need 3 forwards. And see, I mean, I like the multipliers for Smart and Schroeder. 1.45, 155. Like that shit's money. Like right there. Let's see. So I need 1 more guard spot. And let me see.
Go get the wipes downstairs, Trey.
So let me see on these points per game. Who's been putting up crazy points here? And with the crazy multiplier. Tim Hardaway Jr. Davis doesn't miss much, to be honest. Which Davis? Which Davis we talking about? No, Ruben. Okay, so this one isn't only Lakers versus Celtics. This one I'm doing a dollar cash game. This is the 3 games going on today. So Brooklyn versus Dallas, Knicks at San Antonio, and then Lakers versus the Celtics. So yeah, so I can pick anybody from those 3 games. Tracy McGrady, where's Tracy McGrady? Or Tim Hardaway? Is that what we're talking about? Or where's Tracy McGrady? Who are you talking about? DeJounte Murray? Okay, let me see. Where did I see Murray up here? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's just been putting up 50 straight, like, every game. The one thing that sucks about him, I guess, is his multiplier, but shit. If you're putting up numbers like that, like, every single game, yeah, he might be someone that we get in there on this one. DeJounte and Burks looks nice. All right, let's get him in there. Okay. He retired McGrady. Okay. Well, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. I just heard Tracy McGrady. I didn't know if Tracy McGrady Jr. or something was playing. And then I see Tim Hardaway Jr. Austin's a hockey guy. All right, let's see. Where are we going for these forwards? I know who Tracy McGrady is. I know who he is. All right, where are we gonna go with these forwards? Yeah, see, I guess what sucks is some of these game time decisions. I mean, like, I could go back and I could change it later, but sucks playing a game time decision who doesn't play and get in there. Yeah, Chandler said Luka is a fantasy god, but his multiplier isn't good. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's really good, their multiplier just, I mean, like, that's why he's just a 1 straight up. LeBron James 1.05. All right, Austin said do a hockey lineup one tonight and I can help you. All right, let's do one after this. I'll see if there's a dollar one or something that I can get into. I don't mind getting into something like that. What's LaMarcus Aldridge's multiplier? 1.65. So pretty good. 2.0, I think, is the highest that you can get. Yeah, 2 is the highest. So yeah, Aldridge at the 165. That is not bad right there. What do you think? Aldridge been killing it lately. 31, 24, 23, 24, 35. Yeah, what do you think? So yeah, he hasn't played in a few days. What do you guys think? Is Aldridge the play here? And Tino says, I don't watch hockey or basketball unless it's the Sharks or the Warriors are in the playoff. Nice, bro. Nice. And Chandler said Keldon Johnson and RJ Barrett probably have good value, good lung players. Let's see. Right, here's Johnson right here. And so he's got a 167 multiplier, 22, 30, 24, 22. That's pretty good. And no Aldridge. Okay. And then let's see. Because, yeah, what's Johnson been doing here? Averaging good minutes. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? Johnson and who else? What'd you say? RJ Barrett. Where's RJ Barrett? Here we go. Sucked last game, 25. Yeah, 155 multiplier. And Austin said pro bowling is actually kind of sick to watch those dudes ball out there. I remember seeing that one guy who was just like really wild and they were putting him on ESPN and shit. And Ruben says Porzingis is multiplier. Let's see. A 1-3 for Porzingis.
Don't stand on that chair, boy.
Yeah, let's see. We're gonna go with Johnson here. I mean, he's been 165. And Chandler says, "Who are you? I am." Is that one of the pro bowlers or pro bowling guys or something?
Don't do that.
Where are we gonna go with these other ones? Let's see. Let me switch over to center. Let's switch over to center first. I like Porzingis. He's been balling. Should I throw Porzingis in at the center? At the 1-3, or is there someone else who I can get here who's been better? Yeah, well.
At that point, I'm just trying to go solid at center. Because the center gets a lot of points. Right?
Yeah. Damn, I mean, if a guy like Ennis Cantor, fuck, he balled out last game, 34. I mean, I don't think that's going to be happening too often, though. Like, what happened last game?
You know what? I would go Porzingis right here.
Yeah, let's get him. Let's get Porzingis in there at the center spot.
What games do you have to choose from?
What?
What games do you have to choose from in this one?
Brooklyn, Dallas, Knicks, Spurs, and then Celtics, Lakers. So there's 3 games.
Brooklyn, Dallas. Oh shit, it's Porzingis. Who's playing the Knicks?
Knicks got the Spurs.
Where's Porzingis at now? I'm drawing a blank.
He's with Dallas.
That's right. I was like, fuck, is it a revenge narrative? I'm like, is he playing the Knicks? I was looking for it.
All right, so we need 3 forwards now. And I mean, I guess if Porzingis doesn't play, I mean, I can go in and I can change it. We'll know here pretty soon, I guess, for him. And let's see. But who else? Do we go with the guy like Anthony Davis? I mean, shit. What's the issue tonight? A thumb sprain. That was Monday when he got it. What's up with LeBron?
Just go AD.
I mean, both of them are game time decisions. That's what kind of sucks. Antonio said Fournier might be a sneaky play.
What's his multiplier? Let
me see.
Is he coming off the bench or he's a starter?
165 is a multi. I mean, it's weird. So I mean, there's some over the last 4 games. This past game on the second, 32 minutes. Game before that, 22, then 28 before that, 25 before that, and then 41 the game before that. So yeah,
pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean his points have been a little bit up and down. But I mean his field goal percentage has been nice, all except for 1 game. All right, let's go with we're doing it, Antonio. We're getting a Nick in there for you, bro. and Tino said get Carmelo. I like Lala. Carmelo's a 1.7 on the multiplier. And let's see. And so he was sick, but he said
hey, Lala got some tatas.
Yeah.
You know I've been with my girl for hella long, and I remember when I first met my girl, I was like, you hella look like Lala. I swear to God. Hella look like Lala.
And Ruben said, bro, the Lakers are always a game time decision. They're like Swift at the beginning of the season. Let's see. Keldon Johnson.
Here's son, you want another one?
So, I mean, I need 3 forwards. So I need help filling the other 2 spots. And Keldon Johnson, I mean, he's getting over 30 points a game, right? So, yeah, let's at the 165.
Go find it. You gotta learn to look for your own stuff, son.
Yeah, I mean, KD, he can always go off. All right, let's see. And they're both 165. Let me see. 22, 30, 24. Let's see. Where is he? All right. Let's do it. A little bit of a safer play there. What's up with Tim Hardaway Jr.? Has he been balling lately? I mean, balled last game. And Chandler, you should grab 1 net, at least I feel. Yeah, Ruben, you're right. Play the studs. Don't get cheeky with the multipliers. Yeah, for sure. So who do we go for the forward in this one? Do we go with like who's been playing better lately, LeBron or AD?
This time of year, I feel like LeBron don't play that many minutes though, right? What's his average?
So let's see. Nah, I mean, last couple games. I mean, 36 last game, 37 the game before that, 49
Okay,
before that, 43. And
okay.
let's see
Oh, so
what
he's
it.
playing hell. He's playing all the games basically.
Yeah,
Shit,
I mean, AD pretty much also, but LeBron averaging more points.
play them both. Fuck it. This is why I love DFS, because you can do shit that you won't do in like your season long joints. Like I love game stacks. I mean, and I don't play fantasy basketball, but I would just, in this case, in DFS, I would still treat it the same. Like I love game stacking.
Yeah. So where do we go with this? All right. Well, we're just gonna get Johnson out of there. We're just gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go big time with all these guys. So let's get LeBron. And let's get Davis. And then T Money. We going KD. KD can always go off. Who do they got this today? At the Mavs. All right. Oh, second take extra. Finally in the building, bro. Where you been at? I've been having to create this lineup myself, bro. Here's my lineup that I put together. You tell me, well, not just me, everyone in the chat, helping out. You tell me what we should change. So as of right now, we got Marcus Smart. There's only 3 games that we got to choose from. And so I got Marcus Smart, we got Schroeder, we got Murray, we got James, we got AD, we got KD, and then we also got Porzingis in at the center. And there we go. Chandler said Slim Reaper might torch Dallas. It's going to be a high-scoring game. There we go. We got KD in there. Let's get him.
There's another Slim Reaper in the NBA. I mean, there's a Slim Reaper in the NBA.
I mean, I guess KD. I mean, I figured he's slim, and that's who they're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Second take extra. You giving us some isms right now? Here we go. All right. So he says Luka, Harden, Murray, KD, Tatum, LeBron James, AD, and then no Jaylen Brown. All right. So I'm gonna enter one of these. I'm gonna do this.
Screenshot that joint.
And then so I'm gonna do one that I did already, and then I'm gonna do another dollar one here with yeah, there we go. And then we'll do another dollar one here with second take extras.
Good job, Trey. Thank you for putting it away.
All right, new lineup. So here we go. So we're going Luka, we're going Harden, we're going Murray, and then we're going KD, Tatum, LeBron, and then AD. There we go. All right. Got one in for you too. All right. We got both of them. Austin, where you at, bro? Let's get one of these hockey lineups in here, bro. Let's see.
Hold on, baby. I'm going to get you. Trey, get out down from the chair.
All right.
I'm around there right now, okay?
All right. There's a $2 entry, Austin. There's 4 more spots in here. Where you at, bro? And he said, I love DeJounte today. That brother's been killing it. I like it. I like it. Oh, shit. Austin said, just sent you a lineup on Instagram for fantasy hockey tonight. All right. Here we go. Dang it. All right. Can you do me a favor? Can you just type it out here? Because it only holds it up for a couple seconds. Well, actually, I guess I could. Oh, no. I opened it and closed it too many times already. Do it again. Do it again. You got to DM it again because I hit it twice and it went away and I didn't screenshot it. Don't worry. No one else in here I don't think is getting into the fantasy hockey games. Don't worry. But yeah, let's try it. Austin's going to get me all hooked on some hockey Super Draft Pro shit. If I win, I'll get hyped up with all this shit, man. There's a grip of games today for hockey too, and I won't be watching one of them. But all right, here we go. All right, there we go. Screenshotted it this time. Perfect. All right. Here we go. All right. So we got,
No more.
I don't even know how to pronounce these guys' names. All right. We're just going to be typing them in. All right. So we get 2 centers. And we got the center from, who is that? From the Edmonton Oilers. All right. Let's see. Who's this? Is this Winnipeg? I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but the center from Winnipeg, I think. And you tell me, Austin, if I'm wrong about what I'm guessing here. All right, and then we got from the New York Rangers. All right, let's get some Ranger action in there. And then we got another. All right, and then we're going with another wing from the Rangers here. We got, what is this? Kreider. There we go. And let's see. Lindholm. There we go. From what is this? From Calgary. Oh, going up against the Sharks tonight.
Yeah.
And
San
then
Jose, stand up.
yeah. And then we got Fox getting defenders. Do you get points for getting into brawls? I don't know how the hockey, point scoring works, but do you get points for punch outs and knockdowns, when it comes to the fights? Because if so, that makes it way more interesting. All right, Josie. All right, and who's the goalie we're going with? All right, and however the hell I say his name. Sounds Russian, from Tampa Bay. All right. Boom. Let's get it. All right, that's my first hockey lineup ever, bro. First hockey lineup ever. All right, so we got 3 lineups in as of now. And Austin said Rangers should have a big game. I'm giving you 2 stacks with the power play points. I like it, bro. I like it. All right. So we're almost up out of here. A question just came in on Patreon. Let me go answer this real quick. Let's see. All right, from our man Tim C. He said P. Ryan or Michelle this week.
Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that Henderson doesn't play. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about picking them up, you better pick up both.
Mm-hmm. And like, if there is no Joe Mixon, you know what I mean? Like, I actually would rather play. I'd rather, like, how about this? If Henderson's not practicing all week, I feel good about Sony Michel against the Cards. Like,
oh yeah,
you gotta remember the Cards ain't the best run defense. It's just most teams are playing from behind where they abandon the run, so it skews the numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like David Montgomery, he had a day on them. You know what I'm saying? So I like Sony Michel this week over them.
Yeah. And then Second Take Extra said, Huss, what's the Malik Monk multiplier? His multiplier is 175. All right. There you go. And said Austin said, Huss, I'm gonna DM you during the game time on IG. All right, bro. I'll be looking for it. What time's all these games start? Like 7? I'll be looking out for it though. Yep. Well, look, yeah, it looks like they start at 4 p.m. My time. All right. All right. We're going to get up out of here. Thanks for helping me get those lineups in. I'm always going to be wanting to put more of these dollar lineups, like, why not? Let's spend this money. Let's make some more money. Let's have some fun playing fantasy. And then we got the 4 membership games that we're going to get going here. So we'll probably be up for that a little bit later. And Chandler said, what's your IG, Hustler? It's at FF Hustler. You could do, and if you want easier, go to fantasyfootballhustler.com. I got links to all my social media joints in there. So that's a way where you can get me as well. And Second Take Extra said, Huss, want a crazy multiplier lineup? Yes, give it to me. Give it to me. All right, Bogart, and tell them what you got going on.
Goldfish, give me money. Follow me at the GMM Network. Subscribe GMM Network on YouTube. The earth is my turf. Per usual. Universe, give me money.
Let's go. All right, second take extra. Throw in that crazy multiplier lineup. I'll get it in right now, bro. Do I got to show you? Or did you already do you already have it downloaded and you know the multipliers already? I'll spend $1 on some crazy multipliers. Let's see it. And then as soon as we get that, we're getting up out of here. And then we'll probably be back in a few hours with JC Money breaking down the Celtics and Lakers game. All right. Come on, second take. Let's see it. I'm down for this crazy lineup. Let's do it.
What time is it right now?
3:45.
Nice. She got 2 bottles in.
Nice.
All right. Damn, Fatso, she's still hungry. There you go. That's a burp. We got these dope ass, like, because she always kicks the blanket off, so it's like a sweater thing that's like a blanket. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Or like it's like a zip up thing. And like the shit's awesome. I want one for me.
Nice.
We're not on everywhere, right?
What?
Are we still on?
We're still live.
Oh, word.
We are live. And second take extra just gave me a crazy
Oh, that's
lineup.
right. We're waiting for the multiplier thing.
Yeah. And is that Dennis Schroeder, undercover concert promoter? Okay. And then who else? RJ. So who is RJ? RJ Barrett.
I got it.
Yes, son.
Mama. I got it.
Yeah, RJ Barrett.
Mama.
And then who's
That's mine.
Williams?
Really? You found yours.
Robert Williams.
My mommy put on.
Robert, what?
That's
I
mine.
don't see. Is he a center? I don't see him at forward. Well, and then we got Hardaway. Is it Dennis Schroeder? Is that who you're talking about on the Celtics? Or is his last name Dennis?
You okay? Did that hurt?
Yeah.
What did I hit? Was that your arm?
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh.
All right. And then Robert Williams on the Celtics. I see a Grant Williams there. Is he a center? Okay, yeah. The center. Okay, so I got him at center. And then who is the other one?
Hey,
Nice.
it was like some sour cream and onion goldfish, bro. I'm about to eat all the kids' snacks, bro. They fucked up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And who's the other one here?
All the snacks, son.
And then LaMarcus Aldridge. Okay, he can go out forward as well, right? Let's see. Where is Aldridge? There we go. All right, boom. Let's get the crazy multiplier lineup in there. And hopefully all 3 of them hit. Let's go. Boom. Right in time. Hell yeah. All right, we got it. Good looking second take extra. We got 3 lineups in for tonight in NBA, and then we got 1 lineup for NHL. There we go, Austin. Let's get it. And then and then I got 4, and then I got my 4 contests, my 4 membership contests coming up. For the Lakers and Celtics game. So let's get this money.
Hey, did second take sign up yet?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know 100%. Did you ever sign up? Second take? Did you ever get signed up under TD's link? Which one? Which one, David? The crazy entry one? That one was it was this one. This one, right? The crazy multiplier one.
Oh yeah.
All right. You good, David? Let me know. Let me know if you need it. You can hit me up on IG. I can. I obviously got it. Oh, the LA Boston. So we haven't. I didn't do those lineups today. We'll do that. We're gonna come back on in a little bit with JC Money and break down that game. We're gonna try to do that. I think a little bit closer to game time, since we got some game time decisions and things like that.
I swear to God, this is gonna get me watching basketball crazy now.
Yeah, man. I mean, especially after football. I mean, football's only going to be on 2 days a week during the playoffs and stuff, and only, a couple games at that. All right. Well, we're out of here. We'll see you guys later. Well, I don't exactly know what time we'll be on, but just make sure you turn all the notifications on, because we'll be back as soon as JC Money's internet, gets all squared away over there. He's having internet issues, but we'll be back. Peace out, guys.
Peace.